truth and misinformation that the mainstream media never discuss. The Ground Report. Hard-hitting, informative, undiluted, uncompromising, and unfiltered. Monday to Friday on M104.7 FM. Get the raw facts before making any life-changing decisions. Only on The Ground Report.
It's More FM Soca Zone 22.
DJ run it again.
For all your new soca, it's More FM.
I turn up the fed till it turn over. I turn up the fed till it turn over.
It's More FM Soca Zone.
There is no better time. Oh yeah. We doing it. 104 doing it.
For all your new soca, we bring carnival to your home.
Yo, it's yours truly, college boy Jesse, and right now you're listening to 104.7 Soca Zone.
Look where one lash could do.
Iconic 104.7.
Look where one lash could do.
Yeah, Busy Man Blackie. So put on the safest station.
More FM, Soca Zone. Only place for soca lovers. Give them a lash, More FM.
So put on the safest station. Iconic Radio.
104.7 is the only soca zone you don't have to get vaccinated. So no we nah. I said no we, just no we nah. I said no we nah. Ain't no we, just no we nah.
So we bring the jump, the wave, and the spirit to you.
No got to listen, soca hard on M104.7. Base AK the trilogy says so.
It's More FM Soca Zone.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Disclaimer. More FM Limited, its owners and associates, accepts no responsibility for statements made by the talk show hosts or their guests. More FM Limited does not endorse any of the information provided during this commercially booked segment as the truth. That you have to judge for yourself. We, however, reserve the right to question statements made. But in this time of misinformation, government-controlled media, and corruption, it is sometimes hard to get the truth. But we must try. It is not our intention to discriminate or annoy anyone. We believe it is our constitutional right to free speech, to voice our opinion, and our duty to the population and country to expose the truth. More FM Limited takes no responsibility for the opinions of others.
The Ground Report, the Ground Report.
The government of Trinidad and Tobago is not closing down Petrotrin.
The Ground Report, the Ground Report.
I would think that they've been very clear that all the employees of Petrotrin will exit the company. All.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Nice! We finally killed the pit bull. Oh God! He ain't dead! Run!
Blinded by money, power and greed, when we could just help to feed the ones who in need of a helping hand. It's hard to survive in this people I beg you touch, Lord, before it's too late. Cause there's no turning back in front of your gate. Talk to the ones who are responsible. Let them know that their actions are despicable. Lord, let them know that you were the wrong. And what goes around comes back around. Destruction by man has taken a toll, causing history to be unfold. Who give them the right to take such action? The bottomless pit is where they belong. These are the days when the signs of tomorrow will be the signs of today. These are the days when religion won't matter. In His name you'll have to pray. These are the days. These are the days. These are the days. Oh, Father, won't you help me? Lord, the signs are here. The mass murderer, yes, he's everywhere. And AIDS is his name. He comes and claims your life and leaves you in pain. There's no way out. Yes, we're gonna die without a doubt. No one is immortal.
I solemnly pledge to dedicate my life to the service of my God and my country. I will honor my parents, my teachers, my leaders and my elders, and those in authorities. I will be clean and honest in all my thoughts, my words, and my deeds. I will strive in everything I do to work together with my fellow men of every creed and race for the greater happiness of all and the honor and glory of my country.
When the signs of tomorrow will be the signs of today. These are the days. These are the days when religion won't matter. These are the days. Yeah. These are the days. These are the days.
Forged from the love of the
Freedom. Forged from the love of liberty, the cornerstone principle of our society, a liberty that is inalienable, not coming from a pen nor the majority. Freedom. As COVID-19 virus is not the top killer in the country, mandatory vaccination is the priority, while manufacturers, governments, and employers avoid liability if anything happens to you, me, or our families. Freedom. How can God bless our nation if everywhere you turn is vaccination discrimination? Where is the Equal Opportunity Commission who allowed and boisterous for sexual orientation? Priorities messed up, that's a fact, while our fundamental rights and freedoms are under attack. Freedom. How can you consider to mandate a drug under emergency use authorization? Long-term effects not known, yet you push this experimental jab on the population. So-called legal minds can see that this would be an unreasonable, unconstitutional legislation. Freedom. Take the jab, free doubles, no trouble. Answer McCall offering kitchen makeover to persons who may not be able to use their kitchen after. Listen, You can always get a new job, do the right thing, but you see freedom is something you don't give up for anything. Freedom. We live in a world where our liberties are being stripped away, hidden in plain sight from the lies of the serpents of Davos. We take a swift flight. Religious liberty of conscience, our first right. The reign of freedom doesn't come without a struggle or a fight. Freedom. Fight philosophically, our body, our choice, our liberty. We want freedom. No globalism, no socialism, no tyrannism, any lockdowns. Leave our conscience alone. We want freedom. Side by side we stand. Islands of the deep blue sea, where every creed and race no longer have an equal opportunity. What really going on globally? All this pandemic can come to an end if our government look into the alternative remedy. But money talk louder than liberty and science. The World Health Organization enjoys the monopoly. We protest against your sway, because everybody wants freedom. It's Freedom Day.
Oh boy, 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 oh boy. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Time check. It's approximately 18 minutes past the hour of 6 o'clock. And you're listening to the Ground Report. Yours truly, the Pitbull of Radio, Lennox Smith, Michael Kerr, Director Cuff, and you, the people in your thousands throughout the diaspora and throughout Trinidad and Tobago. A pleasant good morning to you. I must say a pleasant good morning to all maxi taxi drivers, PH drivers, bus drivers, truckers. Good morning to you. To all senior citizens, good morning to you. To the physically challenged disabled people, a pleasant good morning to you. Not forgetting our sister Isle Tobago. Good morning to you, Tobago. To all loyal listeners, callers, well-wishers, yes, well-wishers, listeners, supporters, haters, most importantly to all stakeholders, a pleasant good morning to you. On this day, the 19th of January, 2022. I must say a pleasant good morning to all the members of the steering committee. Wall Henry, a pleasant good morning to you. Vicky, good morning to you. Imam Zaid, good morning. Ruby, a pleasant good morning to you. Robert Amaro, Lennox Smith, a pleasant good morning to you. Victor Roberts, a pleasant good morning to you. And the others that don't want their name to be mentioned, a pleasant good morning to each and every one of you, the members of the steering committee. There'll be a meeting today. Just bringing it out to you, the people. On where next? So we'll move from there. I must say a pleasant good morning to each and every one of you that are locked on to us on 104.7 More FM in your maxis, in your taxis, in your PH vehicles, in your buses, in your trucks all over. Pleasant good morning to you. To all of you that are locked on to us on realmediatt.com. There's the website. It's a live website too. So if you're not getting it on all the rest of the thing, just go realmediatt.com. Real Media TT Facebook, Real Media TT YouTube. Look for the logo. So once you find the YouTube logo, punch it in, you wouldn't find it because we was banned totally based on vaccine. You know, we just go vaccine. They ain't want you talk about vaccine, and with the amount of people giving testimonies of their families and their loved ones and their deaths, they didn't like that at all. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Nice. Again, a man with great humility is a man that have much to learn and a man that have far to go. Well, in going through my text, and again, plenty of you, the same 366 number that you all calls in live, whether it be WhatsApp, that same 366-3053 number, that's my number, yes. For many of you to be texting, could I have Andy number? That's my number. The WhatsApp number is my number. So you all could also, outside the program or after the program, if it's personal thing and not on live, you just can't call that number live unless you're making a contribution between the hours of 6 and 9 towards the program. Okay, but it is my personal number, 366-3053. Right, and then going through my personal number, while I bounce up some of that, could we get Andy number, Lennox number? When I get those things, I will forward that Lennox number to the individuals, Mikey number to the individuals. I also bounce up. I like to be straight. I'm a man again with great humility. Nobody's too big to learn. Nobody's too big to say sorry. Nobody's too big not to change something. Also going through, you see, where some people told me that yesterday, hey, open the line. They wanted to make the contribution, and editorials and thing yesterday was very long. Right? Also going through the WhatsApps. Sometimes I go through it because it be so much. Sometimes maybe 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning I may jump up. Sometimes I may go sleep late and then jump up. It's basically sometimes I'm doing work on the phone and I will drop to sleep on the damn phone. You know how this go. Sometimes that's why some of you may get replies late. Sometimes some of you may see it tick blue after a long while, and those different things. Right? So a pleasant good morning to each and every one of you. So right, the lines will be open to you all very early. Very, very early. I'll also be communicating with Gary Griffith today to hear what his thoughts and what went on with most of you or us. For the little remainders, because again, it had done finish. March it finished, people had done make 1 lap, 2 laps, and people was already leaving. Because if you check when them tear gas things start to pelt or shoot, people was already leaving. Right, on the issue of who gets banned and who don't get banned on social media, that is not me, that's not my call. Social media and technology have everything to do with Cuff. Right, Director Cuff. He is in charge of social media from all. RealMediaTT.com, Real Media TT Facebook, Real Media TT YouTube, Real Media TT, all those things. Right, I did ask a question this morning to Cuff based on whoever is individuals that get banned, and I and all asked a question that I and all wanted to ask, And I say, well, hey, all right, you banned this, you banned because of various reasons. And I asked, and he will answer when that time reach. I did ask, I say, well, hey, but how manage you ain't ban Aisha Wells yet? I say, but how you ain't ban Aisha Wells yet? Right? Well, he will give you all that answer when that time reach. But on the grounds of who banned and all those different things, he did told me that that he of next week be knowing it was a new it is a new year, right? And he will talk for himself, but I will just say knowing it was a new year. It's a new year. He get vexed with one of the boys because I'm a boy, which is Saru Piako. He get vexed with one of the boys because, as he said to me, but again I will ask, but I did not know, but I will ask. He said, Andy, I was planning from this week coming here, all the people, because it's a new year, that was banned due to various reasons, that all will be unbanned. All will be unbanned. And what is he saying is, Andy, I am not you. I am not Mikey. It have things that I like. It have things that I don't like, based on how people come across. Remember, I'm an individual too, and that's how we talked, which is Director Cuff. Right? So again, he said that he was in the purpose of going to unban everyone because it's a new year. Just send a message to them, the rules and regulations and all those different things. Right? Because he's a person say he really don't like Bacchanal. He really don't, to the extent where with personal attacks, he don't like people to organize and be on people views and all those different things. Again, when I throw out, I say, but Aisha Wells has come. He said, boy, check the chats. Aisha Wells don't be on. He said he did ban Aisha Wells already. He said he did ban Aisha Wells already. He said, and he had send a message and talk and let her know. They the rules. And that point was taken when he said, because I know the seat is Aisha Wells, and the Aisha Wells don't give trouble, He said Aisha Wells, this be attacked. He says the people is, and he will get into that with you all. But I just because sometimes he may talk, some people might understand the accent, some people may not. He say the shit is be attacked. And anytime Aisha Wells go to the extent to personally attack anybody, personally, on the live, well then yes, she'll be banned. She said Aisha Wells don't be disrespectful. Right? That is what he said. He said she do not be disrespectful on the chat. She said many people will see that for themselves. People is attack her, call her all kind of dog, this, that, all kind of derogatory things. People will tell Aisha Wells. But Aisha Wells do not come across personally disrespectful to anyone. She will heckle. Cuff, you clear the air on that one. Clear the air with when it coming to all the people that you're going on, that you was already planning because it's a new year and all those different things. You go ahead, you are clear on that. And I did that this morning because I do not want people, because it has some mischievous people. Always Andy this, Andy that, Andy this. Me have time to study nobody. Right? I have time to focus on Rowdy. And then I want to open the lines and get down to business early. Because we have Gary Griffith. I want to play Damian Lider and all these different things. The lady that, many things. It have people that have confessions to make based on their family, of their family members. Because we have to keep focus. Yesterday was yesterday, today is today. We have to keep focus. The enemy is Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley and the PNM and the government policies. Because again, it's not personal with me when it comes to Rowley. He's the prime minister. He's the head control. So is he government. So yes, is he. Right? So, and I just decided because again, I don't like to take blame for things that I don't know nothing about. And when I'm not in charge of something and I don't know something, please ask a question. Don't be Andy do this or Andy do that or Andy no. I, Andy Williams, know my place. I am not in charge of technology. and social media that is director cuff work. I don't get nobody business. What I can do is based on like how I heard certain things, ask. Hey, here it is. I hear you don't cross borders when people are in charge of certain things, because that does make bacchanal between team. And I don't intend to bring no bacchanal between Mikey and myself, or Lennox and myself, or Director Cuff and myself, or anything like that. Separation of powers is separation of powers. So Cuff, clear the air, because I want to know why it is everybody have get banned and I sure have never get banned. So you go ahead, Cuff, you clear the air. So in that way, so again, social media and banning and anything with social media, Andy Pitbull Williams have nothing to do with social media. That is Director Cuff portfolio. Director Cuff.
Okay, so I'm gonna be well, good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. So I'm gonna be blatantly honest with you guys. I am not a fan of people that are fanatics, especially for a political party, even for the Ground Report, you know, because it's just not like right whenever you guys talk about like whenever like I don't know, Andy talks about like UNC whatever, you guys like go nuts crazy and say all these things that he's doing this and that, like you guys don't really understand what's going on. And if you have like complaints, like you like complain about stuff every day, you guys gotta like chill out on that. Don't be doing that, you know, like directly send like an email or a message or something. Don't be like coming in the chat and complaining about the same thing every day. That is not useful. It is irrelevant. That is unrelevant. Don't do that, right? And the situation with Aisha, she does nothing wrong. She just talks facts, honestly. And you guys just attack her. That's the only thing. You know, you guys attack her. She doesn't attack anyone. You know, that's just basically it. To be honest, if I'm being honest with you guys. And yes, people will be unbanned. Everybody will be unbanned. So,
including Miss Santa Cruz.
Including Miss Santa Cruz.
Aye, because you did say right. Everybody, go ahead. Go ahead. You finish your scenes.
Yeah, everybody. So yeah, be on your best behavior. Thank you.
Right, and what do you mean by, because you have to break it down, because you just make one thing. You said that all right, you don't like fanatics. You don't like fanatics of the UNC. You don't like fanatics of the PNM. You don't like fanatics of down to the Ground Report. You don't like fanatics.
Yeah, because they're not like right thinking like in their head, like they go for this like certain like don't talk bad about this, even if they're doing wrong, it's okay, you know, like they can do wrong and they can get away with it. Like that's, I don't like that, you know.
All right, so meaning like when I like if I say something like I support, which is truth, Kamala Prasad Bisesa, right? If I have a choice between both, well no, the choice between both will be coming soon. That obviously yes, give me anti-cam any day over. And let me say, if I say something such as hey, the people will want to know as an incoming government what is the UNC stance on vaccination policies and all those different things. You're saying that people will attack me because they don't want me to even say that?
Yeah, basically, yeah. It's annoying. I don't like that, you know. Like, I don't want to see that, you know. I really don't.
Why? Honestly. Because you believe that asking a relevant question based on who?
Yeah, so, like, you shouldn't go attacking someone for, like, bringing up the wrong for what someone is doing, you know.
All right.
Because wrong is wrong and right is right.
All
obviously.
Right. And why? All right. So you give an example of me. Where plenty of them will get vexed when I, what I will say is criticize, not what is call it?
Constructive criticism.
Constructive criticism towards the UNC, people is be attacking the Pitbull.
Yeah.
So it means that whether the constructive criticism is right or however it go, the fanatics will be like, just don't say anything about the UNC.
Yeah, and it's like, and then like they will like go off like complaining about stuff, and then I'm just like,
all right, you give an example about that. What about an example about the PNM? Right? What? Why would you want to organize the thing with a PNM? You mentioned where I will end up under the fine range by not being able to talk the truth because they will say, well, blah, 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 blah. So the issue with fanatic PNMs now.
We don't have any issues with fanatic PNMs.
Or have no issues with fanatic PNMs?
No, we don't. We really don't.
Oh, so the issues is what? Fanatic, what? Ground Report and
UNC.
And UNC?
Yes. No one comes in the chat and say, PNM is the best. PNM will rule over UNC. You rule over Trinidad and Tobago. No one comes in the chat and say stuff like that. And that's nothing. Even if they do, even if someone does it like one time, that's nothing, you know? They're not gonna do it again.
And if somebody do it, for a matter of fact, the chat is really and truly start to attack that person.
Basically, yeah.
Right. So, all right. So again, Trinidad and Tobago, it's all about unity. Director Cuff, thanks so much. So, as Director Cuff's mentioned there, because again, I don't want to step on nobody's toes or feel. This is Director Cuff field, which have everything to do with social media and technology, and making sure that many of you that are on, is he responsible even for it, even having the chats and going on all the chats? He's responsible. And remember, he don't be paid, you know. He's doing this for the love of it. He's not being paid or anything like that. Whether he create all these different things and make sure it is accessible to y'all when we go out there, to make sure he bring all the social media ground reports live for y'all, whether he put up the expose and all those different things, he's not paid and all. Let's be real. You understand? This is his baby. That is his scenes. I respect his scenes. Because me don't want, because again, if I interfere, or Mikey interfere, or Lennox Smith interfere, and a day all get up, and it's only live radio, then what are you going to see? Because he is hurt, because I hurt you, or I go in, he dance, I go come out of protocol. Based on, yes, many of us long-term relationship, many of us, I love all of you all out there. But in everything, it have protocol, it have who is in charge of what, who does, like for instance, logistics, when it coming to the pushback movement, logistics and all those different things, that is my work. Mikey K is promotion and ads and poi. Lennox is gaining contact with all international and thing medias and thing and everybody at the space. And what this bring problems to great groups is when people started interfere within people's spaces. And I'm smart enough to know don't, but I was smart enough to come very, come talk to, hey, Director Cuff, I got a complaint yesterday, boy. How you go ban my boy Piako Saru? I'm a partner now, time. We struggle, we think, what is about? And then he explained, or if it go, that he was in the interim, so it come like, in the interim of unbanning for the new year, everybody that was banned and burp and blah, 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 blah. And I say, well, boy, so I say, let me clear the air for everybody again. Andy Williams are not in charge of social media and technology. That is Director's Cuff role. Mikey K is not, Lennox Smith is not, that is Director Cuff role. Understand? Because let me say I make a high-handed approach. Right? But how we get thing and that is his work and everybody know that is his own. And then he decide to down the tools because I was out of place. Come on. But what we can do is talk to him. Ask him, hey, ting, boom, boom, boom. So that's how it go. So look out for everybody being on band, as he said, for the new year. And all I hear it for all say because Andy Williams always getting blame. Including Miss Santa Cruz. Including, let me say it again. Because Andy, Miss Santa Cruz. And no, again, Andy are not in control of various things. Miss Santa Cruz is free to call. Again, it's a new year. I as a person again believe in Almighty God. I don't hold people in mind. I say what I say what I mean, and I just move on. I's not a petty person. Andy Williams in no way is blocking Miss Santa Cruz from calling or ignoring Miss Santa Cruz call in any way. I swear to Almighty God. So to all the public, all Miss Santa Cruz fans and friends, it is clear. My good friend Mr. La Hoqueta, who also talk on behalf, and again, I don't know nothing about what it is. Lennox Smith and all talk, and I don't know. So I decide today, this morning, to make it clear, openly, Andy Williams, it's a new year, all hands on deck, it's about unity, fighting among each other is a no-no, fighting against the tyranny, segregation, that is a must. So let me say a happy new year to Miss Santa Cruz and her family. May God continue to bless you. I await your contributions, including your fans and friends. But all Director Cuff don't want is nobody attacking nobody for their opinion. Even if it's a UNC person giving constructive criticism to the UNC because they're still going and vote UNC anyhow. He is saying their personal constructive criticism to the UNC is their own. And they mustn't be attacked by you. And that you just come, you make your contribution, you handle your stories. Right? Because again, what it is went on when I was sick, I had nothing to do with that. It's again, Director Cuff who was running everything when I was sick. And it are people that he really and truly cannot tolerate because of their fanatism. The fanatics for no party. I would not be here and ignore Miss Santa Cruz call in any way. Right? So now let us organize and move forward. So the lines are open for every single body. With a proper discussion with Director Cuff, understanding his thoughts, being respectful, is when I knew, I didn't know, that everybody for the new year that was banned is going to be unbanned, and all those different things. Right, it's a new year, let's move forward. Unity is strength. Always remember that. All hands on deck. Right, so Mr. Spiako Saru Road, my good friend, Mr. La Hoqueta, Anne-Marie, yes, Lennox Smith secretary, and everybody that always called to find out what the thing, right, everything was clear there. Because again, Andy Williams do not like to be blamed for things that he don't know nothing about. Nice.
From this document, it's saying, let us leave it to choice, and who live, live, and who dead, dead.
Where do you hear Rowley saying there, Director Cuff? Let me hear what Rowley said there. What do you mean?
That from this document, it's saying, let us leave it to choice, and who live, live, and who dead, dead.
You laughing, boy? Where do you mean by that? Where is that Dr. Rowley saying there, boy? Director Cuff.
He said, let us leave it by choice. Who lives, lives, and who gonna die, they die. That's what
So if they want the choice of not vaccinating,
he's talking
if
about
they want the
vaccine,
choice to stay home.
Yes. So if you live, you're living. If you're dead, you're dead. That's what he's saying.
Let me hear Dr. Rowley again. I can't believe this. This Prime Minister's mouth is very dirty.
That from this document. It's saying, let us leave it to choice, and who live, live, and who dead, dead.
All right, Dr. Rowley. So here we're gonna do, because again, I had to get in contact with Damien. Let's open the lines before I start to get buff up via WhatsApp, and it's very understandable. Very understandable. So let's don't fight. Let us unite. Let us organize and focus on the tyranny, the victimization, the excess force, and all those bacchanal that we have been going through. Give me Gary Griffith a little bit there now. How long that interview is before I give me that? Director Cuff?
2 minutes.
And you're saying he's in support, he condemn.
Yeah, he was in support of the pushback.
In support of the pushback and condemn the excess force?
Yeah.
Oh boy, let's hear Gary Griffith. I'll be calling him early because we also hear he banned from TTT, a government station. Go ahead, Cuff.
But there was a time that this country required this. There's still that time. And you have to be very careful how you deal with the public. I mean, we can even refer to what you'd have seen yesterday at the Queen's Park Savannah. That is a very delicate matter. I am not here to cast aspersions about whether pro with vaccination or not. But again, it is something, I did hear your comment earlier this morning, JW, he said, what do you expect the police to do? And notice, as Commissioner of Police in my 3 years, I fully understood the rights of persons to protest. That is your right. And what I said is for you to have to do that, you need to apply. You apply to the Commissioner of Police. I will ensure that you can protest. If it is that they did not get that request, it means obviously there was a breakdown in communication. But having done that, we need to be very careful, JW. One of the policies I put in place is anytime we have to use that type of force on citizens, it must come from the Office of the Commissioner of Police. And there's a reason for that. Because this is what took place. Suppose the head of the GB decided, okay, it is time to tear gas. Okay, that is his judgment call. But suppose you go to Abu Bakr's funeral, where there were 2 times more persons at that funeral, and the head of the interagency task force was there. He said, well, I don't think we should tear gas. And there's where you will get persons stating, well, listen, there's not a level playing field. How it is we could do this, but an Abu Bakr's funeral, where there were 2 times more persons, the acting commissioner of police said, well, I made a judgment call and we decided not to tear gas. How it is that when you had the situation just a week ago with the Beetham residents, when it is they were actually doing something that would have inconvenienced over 100,000 persons, there was no need for tear gas. So you have to be very careful. It's not a straight case of saying you broke the law, you do what it. I, as a commissioner of police, had I been there, I would have been on the ground, because you need to, that just like what I did during the Black Lives Matter in the Savannah, just as what I did during the candlelight vigils, you have to be on the ground to make a decision like that. Because if you make the wrong decision in a situation like that, my personal view is I would not have done it, because you're speaking about, this is not just persons standing up in front of tires with debris burning, and those are the individuals. Right? We are speaking about women, children. Tear gas can actually get into persons' vehicles, the media being affected. So you have to be very careful in the decision-making process in situations like that. And then again, you could refer to the THA election, where you had 2 times more persons on probably both political parties doing the same thing, and there was no tear gas. So you have to be very careful. You can't be, there's a saying, you can't be half pregnant. And this is where it comes to leadership and making a judgment call based on the situation.
Oh boy, Trinidad and Tobago, the lines are open. Do you agree with former Commissioner of Police Gary Griffith in his judgment? He said Abu Bakr funeral, he said the 2 political parties in Tobago, more people, more thing, and what they did to us. And that way, again, your program, the lines open, the numbers are called 239 5120, 239 5120, 218 3588, 218 3588. WhatsApp calls only to 366 3053. 366 3053. The lines are open. I know if Lennox, well, go ahead, caller. I know if you recover yet, because I have video with Lennox in the tear gas. For real, why people saying he go on Amnesty International thing I have video with Lennox Smith in a short pants, jersey, right there, getting lash and in tear gas. I have video with Mikey K there, never leave their soldiers. And obviously, I was there because the stupid talk is, we run and lead the people. Stupid talk. But let me don't ignore that. Move forward. Let me move forward. The lines are open. Call us. We all heard Gary Griffith. What's your thoughts? And again, let us know on all we missed because of my long talk yesterday on editorial, and what was ever your contribution that you missed wanting to talk about yesterday, you have the opportunity to talk about it this morning. Morning caller, where are you calling from? Access phrase.
Only Mikey K and morning Lennox and also Cuff. I was there Sunday gone, and I will be surely there in Pushback 3, right? Yes, I agreed with Gigi, the former commissioner of police. The police have no right to use this excess force on us. That was not called for. We had an important walk, and we were walking, right? We wasn't violent or anything, so that should never happen. They did a wrong thing, and we were also walking for them too, because some of the police, most of them don't want to take the vaccine, right? Some of them took it, and look what happened to them. So we were walking for them, and the mistake then is to use that excess force, which they didn't call for, right? And
and you all wasn't breaking. Because again, I will just thing which I was there. I don't talk. But were you all were anybody breaking the law in any way?
No.
All right, go ahead.
We wasn't breaking law. We was walking, right? I even walk. I walk when I walk in the second walk. The rain start, and I still walking. I am Grandy, Jai from Grandy. We start walking. A few of us was walking with the second lap, right? And no law didn't break. No law wasn't broken. So I find that was wrong of them. But
so the hastiness. So what was your observe? What you observe that the hastiness with the crowd, with the little that had remained, because remember plenty people had done already started to leave. With the hastiness with the little few that was there that they spread out just singing and however it go. What was your observation when it coming to the police with them? All right, meaning what I'm trying to say is the hastiness only start by the people when there was disrespectful, when there was disrespected or tried to be bullied by the police.
Well, the police.
When the people, because remember on TV, people could be seeing people hasty. Rally must go. That wasn't going on all the time. When that start, not when the police start to interfere with the people.
Yes, because they didn't want us. I want to know too why we can't stand up in the savannah. Why we can't walk? We have no rights in the savannah now. We can't walk. The savannah is not us to walk. We have a right to walk. We have a right. The police can't stop us, and nobody can stop us. We are the public. We are the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. We have all rights to walk. But they're telling you to get out. They don't want you to stand here. They don't want you to walk. We're walking for our rights. The vaccine is not good. The vaccine is killing people, right? So much of people lost their life by taking the vaccine. So you have to walk against that. We have to do it. It's our right. And it's by choices. You just can't tell people to just come and take the vaccine. It's our choice. And I know we are the Prime Minister saying who dead, and who still alive. Just imagine that a Prime Minister will be saying this to people. But I want to let everybody know, you have to stand back, you have to push back. And number 3, people come out. Come out is our right. We have to push back. Right? Too much of deaths in this country now. It's time to stop it. Enough is enough.
Thank you very much. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Next caller. Morning caller.
Morning,
We're
Andy.
calling from Access
Morning,
Phrase.
Andy. Access pushback 3. You're weak then,
No,
Andy.
no. There's not wait. We have to wait for Mikey K to give it the next thing.
Andy,
That is pushback 3 for now.
Yeah. I went to the community Savannah Sunday, but my friend and passing me my wife, and you know me and not transport. But Andy, we have a very disrespectful Prime Minister. Rowley had a guest some happy and wash him mouth when you know he addressing the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. Rowley is a very disrespectful Prime Minister. And we walking on Savannah belongs to the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, not Rowley. I know the police are going to be fighting for the police and them, and we fighting for the teachers and the doctors, and they're very disrespectful to the citizens of this country. And them will have to pay and have to answer. And they have a blessed president. I hope they're not feeling good. My ticket feeling good. I know feeling good. You and they have a blessed president.
Thank you very much. Oh boy. And we are walking and praying and coming out for the vaccinated and the unvaccinated. So to the media, we ain't come out to protest for them. We ain't come out to march for nobody. We come out to pray and walk and send a message in our prayers and our walk via our placards in our hands, which will be deemed legally an advertising board and not a protest placard because it's not on a stick. That is what we come out there to do. And when we come out again for pushback 3, we'll be coming out again to pray and walk for everyone that are same thing. Stop damn demon we open we down in any kind of way. Morning caller, where are you calling from?
Yeah, calling from the Mount Hope area.
Go ahead, Mount Hope. Access Phrase, pushback 3.
Pushback 3, we will be there.
Coming soon, yeah, just say coming soon.
Now, I like what is going on, but only one concern I have is that I hear you saying that the leaders and them was there and they didn't run and whatever. But I find, as my opinion, I ain't calling to bash anybody or anything like that. I like the movement that is taking place. But I find that the union leaders, like Andy said, Rouge, your good self, should have been in the front line with the soldiers. Because had it been someone like Abubakar, he would have been in the front line with all this thing going on. So it's just my opinion. You know, and
again, we respect your opinion. We will never be on you for your opinion. Everybody's opinion is their opinion. And the new year, we're not bashing anybody for their opinion. It'll be nothing
right.
that.
And with this kind of thing, we will get more support if it is that the union leaders, your good self, and all the other leaders who have in this whole thing come together and in the front line, you will get more support.
Thank you so much, my brother. And we will be getting more support, and it's a growing thing. So we will be getting more support. Boy, morning caller, we're calling from Access Phrase. That's all. Pushback 3 coming soon, and that's it. And you know, make your contribution. So you'll not send no text and they open the line and they open the line. Go ahead, Gong reporters. Go ahead. Go ahead, morning caller. Pushback member. Go ahead.
Good morning, everyone. Trinidad and Tobago. Thank God for another day. Thank God that Andy, that you are feeling better and to where that you came from. That's why you also have to give God praise and the glory for the morning that He has given unto us. But first, yes, that Savannah thing was, I tell you, was a real mess with those police officers. I've been there because the Friday the last day, it was so busy and the speakers couldn't get in on the air the Friday before that. But I was trying to get in, but I was so busy and those speakers and was coming and talk and so. Getting back in, look what that police did in the Savannah, throwing tear gas and people. I live just Swarting West about 12:30, but exactly when the rain came down and started to fall, I think I went over and I was sitting over in the big building there, And then after the crowd come there too. And everybody, about 100 people running from the rain. The people were still coming in the rain. I see he was walking and walking. Then I sit on the rain. I'm going to sit on the steps. Security say, no, you can't sit down here. So, okay, you can't sit down here. They say you can't sit down. No way, say that. They say you can't walk in the road. For your things going here.
So watch. You were separated from everybody, going to sit down by yourself, by a place, and the security them tell you can't sit down there.
He tell me after the rainfall, everybody come there. So I just said, Mr. Danny, step to the bird. He said, no, you can't sit down. I said, okay, then they say you can't sit down with part of Trinidad.
So he tell you
walk in the road.
So it is.
How things are today.
So it's true that they was telling all you leave the savannah and go home. Although you all was separated, although you all wasn't breaking no law, although you all wasn't doing anything wrong.
No law and thing was breaking there. Most of the people leave the savannah, and I was about to get ready to go home after that big walk. The walk, I say enjoy the walk, the exercise, the walk. That's why we're ready for pushback 3. Because these government and things don't even care. They're looking to get in Tobago, they have that in mind. And those police should never did. Just imagine, you showing tear gas and people, they're walking wasn't a march, wasn't a protest, and they are walking, and that's the world, these police, the whole world see what they're doing. And know you're lying, and say all kind of things, if you take a thing, and who attack Mr. Abdullah and all them, who locking up the man and all kind of things for rights, and they don't get from a mission and one damn thing is shipping it. If that's what's going on in Trinidad, you see what's your shame of yourself. That is your right. It's a right for people to walk around the savannah. How they don't stop caravan? How they don't stop the joggers from running on morning 5 o'clock in the morning when they come out to jog? Why the hell they had to stop trying to stop the walkers? I knew the news saying about march, and push everybody hell they get march and protest. It wasn't that, it was a walk quietly. It didn't have anything. Because when I reach, I hear the next mouth, and I hear Andy, Mr. Amara, I heard them on the mic there. I hear Ruby, I heard them. I was stand up all the time, I don't miss nothing. I ready for pushback anytime it calls again. So, but you see the people in Trinidad and Tobago come out and stand for their rights. And you see more people is going to come out, you know. We have to stand for our country. We have to defend our country like it's defending a war in Trinidad and Tobago and I'm going all out. And the police are able to stop me because anytime they call that march again, I'm going. And all the police officers in Trinidad and Tobago, we don't afraid you. We're going back on. We don't afraid you. You're going to look up. You're going to look up. We're going to support our country to get this damn government out of office who kill all the people. They said plenty policemen die, so they're too damn stupid, and plenty more will die. The 2 daughters, they had to take the vaccine. We're trying to defend you, and look what all you're doing. We're trying to defend you, but look what all you're doing. Okay, that's all.
All right.
Have a good day, Andy, and keep it up, and keep up to the guy and Tobago. Let's hold on to the fight. Let's fight. Okay.
All right. Go and drink some water there, you know. I want to catch an attack there, you know. Oh, God. Morning caller. Where are you calling from? Access phrase. Pushback 3 coming soon. You go ahead, Beulah.
Yes, well, that I was not going to say. I don't know what is the access.
Yeah, I don't say it for you. Pushback 3 coming soon.
All right, yeah. My view is that when I didn't go, to be honestly, I couldn't make it, Andy. Because when I work in, I have to do a PCR test, and I told the boss I don't want nobody digging up in my nose, right? So I didn't come, but I viewed it live. My day was spent watching it live, and I find the people, some of the people, when all they was praying there, all they're supposed to pray with authority and power. And you know, one song all they should have used, when I see all them police with the that piece of shield in the front of them and how they line up, like if they're marching into battle, boy. and they walk in. I think these people should have stand up with faith and sing this song, where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is freedom, coming out of the dark into His marvelous light, and keep singing that song, and keep singing that song, and keep singing that song while they're approaching them. You see, the enemy will surround you, but the enemy cannot touch you as long as you covered with the blood of Jesus and you protecting yourself and you keep singing that song. And Mr. Rowley, I don't know, just don't know what to say about you. But you have no passion for the people. Look at the tear gas that was put out there, that was ordered to be out there. Even police I see in normal clothes had to flee from there, right? People have to run because tear gas is a terrible thing, right? And like how Andy, you say Lennox, then they get some of it. I see David Welch saying it, burning him and thing like that. It had little children that people was driving in the vehicles. Why all it didn't go down all in the beat time when they was burning tires and thing? Why all it didn't go down there? Monkey know which tree to climb. Why all you choose the innocent people who went out there? They step out in faith, went out there to stand up for a cause, to stand up for a purpose, to push back. You all coming at them like if you all forwarding into battle. Mr. Rowley, and you didn't address the nation concerning that, what they call it again, the tear gas?
He would never. Anytime I'm Prime Minister, don't want to talk out and that what went on there, that excess force, and children and reaching on people's cars, that is the mind of this man. That alone, that be glad that the police do that nastiness to people.
Oh, God,
that the mind of that man.
Yeah, but Rowley, let me tell you this, not by might, it's not by power, but it's by thy spirit, thus saith the Lord. Mr. Rowley, your days are numbered, because God sees all that you're doing for a leader, and the people didn't want it Kamala there. They get her out because it's only race they run, right, to win this election. Mr. Rowley, you see, God took Kamala out of the equation to protect her, and He put you there and He gave you what the people wanted. And God is showing the people who you are and what you are. And woe be unto you, He's going to expose you and He's going to remove you. Remember, you're going down in age. And in your old days, you see, the latter days is greater than the former days, right? Woe be unto you and your household and all your ministers who took part with this tear gas, right? Or you're causing tears to run from children's eyes, from the elderly eyes, right? Or you're taking away from everybody in this country, or you're coming to oppress, right? Cause depression upon people, right? Make people cry. Or you're not, Mr. Rowley, a new year have come and you haven't addressed the people yet. But you and the worship, right? And God sent an earthquake that opened that prison door, and when they come out, the God was surprised. Christians in this country, we need to take a stand and don't let these other Christian pastors influence our head and go out here again. And I will be the other one. I will be there. And Mr. Rowley, I am telling you pieces. You and your ministers. All right, Andy.
Thanks so much. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Morning caller, where you calling from? Access phrase, pushback tree.
Pushback tree.
Coming soon.
I was one of the person who get gas because I the one who stay back. One of the red man who stay back there. The gas we scale up. But anyway, my eyes still burning me. My eyes real burning. But very good. I is part of it. They are giving up. The pushback tree. But let me tell you something. That's the reason they get rid of Guy Griffith, because them know them want looking for people who could do all the dirty work. That is why they put that new commercial police. That is why Hines, you better remember who the head of national security, Hines, we is a PNM. The commercial police, we is a PNM. So if that was a UNC, people was walking around the Savannah day, they would have seen that I'd be doing, everything would have been quiet and nice. But because the people stand for what is right, and they don't want to take a vaccine, they gas everybody. When I talk about me, they gas you tail up and they run me and chase you like dog. But people have to realize this man we call Rowley is an evil man. We have to get rid of this man, and we're not going to give up. And then police think they could do what the heck they want and break the law. PNM break the laws to sue their own gain, so they could do all the damn wickedness they want and get away with it. This country is not a PNM country, you know. This country is not a PNM country. See, if you think, or look at put all the people to do all the damn wickedness and get away. All your lie, you know. All your real lie, you know. If you have to die for righteousness, we could die for it. But all you can get do everything, all the wickedness and things, all you're going to get away, you know. We have to push them back and get rid of this damn evil man we call Rowley. He pointing all these picking the people them to do all these damn dirty work. This evil, wicked, evil, bald-headed, ugly man. Get rid of this man once and for all. He's dangerous. He's destroying the damn country. Everything he's destroying. Thank you.
Thank you very, very, very much. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy. Next caller. Morning caller. Where you calling from? Access phrase. Pushback 3 coming soon. I'll be there. Go ahead.
Pushback 3 is coming soon. Good morning, Andy.
Morning to you. Where you calling from?
Calling from Rio Claro.
Go ahead, Rio Claro. Were you at Pushback?
Right,
were you down there too?
I was not there.
Oh, well, but you'll be there in Pushback.
I'll be supporting Pushback 3.
All right, you go ahead, partner.
Listen what I'm saying this morning. Well, let me play back that tape that Prime Minister just now said.
All right,
listen what
just
that man is saying carefully.
Hold on.
That man said.
Hold on, let me play it because we want to hear what it is you're asking for. Director Cuff, play back that tape where the Prime Minister, he want the people to hear where the Prime listen good. So let's listen good to what the Prime Minister is saying.
That from this document. It's saying, let us leave it to choice, and who live, live, and who dead, dead. That from this document.
Listen to me carefully. I wonder if his parents are alive still. You cannot be talking to the citizen of Trinidad and Tobago in that disrespectful manner. Right? It come like you're forcing people to go and take vaccine. Right? Mr. Rowley, the people out here are crying out. Stop doing the poor people these things. Right? And next thing too, everything you want to force down people through, people protesting for their right.
Go ahead, caller. And again, not protesting. The people come out here to pray and walk for their rights, not protest. Don't let me go down the media role. The people came out there.
Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, they're smart. The people came out there. Go ahead, you go ahead. But you go ahead.
Nice.
But we know what I mean. Everybody go think it's protest thing, but you go ahead. The people come out, yeah.
Everything people want to put the blame on Kamala. Kamala have nothing to say. What she will do, she's the opposition. You cannot blame the opposition for what Rowley doing right now. He's in control of this country.
All right, so they're still saying Kamala. Oh boy, you get your reception, my brother, bad. Morning caller, where you calling from? Access phrase.
Good morning, Sandy.
Yes.
Just I hear people talking and saying walking against vaccines and such. You know, I'm fully vaccinated and I was in both walks. You understand? Because I have all that I know all that thinking about.
Talk to them.
Size vaccine.
Talk to them.
Right? So I was in both walks, walking for the rights of people of Trinidad and Tobago, but all the different issues going on with government in this country. Right? So not everybody you see walking there is unvaccinated. But half of them vaccinated. They're saying nothing to say. You understand? But I call you and let you know I fully vaccinated and I was in both walks for the different issues in country. Right? Okay, thank you.
So you felt how where the media continue to be saying unvaccinated people only cause them anti-vax march, anti-vax walk and all that kind of choppiness. When they're not getting it, when we keep telling them over and over, it's vaccinated and unvaccinated people that are part of the pushback movement, and people that are out there have different reasons to being out there. So you talk again to the people who miss out or who the media only chaining up. Just where do it again for who now coming in their maxis, in the taxis, in the vehicles, or who now lock on to the number one program, the Ground Report. Talk to them.
Yes, because on Sunday I was in the walk before, and I working for the different issues in the country. You understand? Because I had children and grandchildren and what they do in this country right now, my children and grandchildren have to go up in this thing. You understand? I working for that. You understand? I can study myself.
And you are a fully vaccinated person?
Yes, I'm fully vaccinated, and I was in both walks. Right? And I see that the news are saying that it's unvaccinated and anti-vax and all that stupidness, but that was not the only reason people walk. Right? But that's the first reason that they was talking about that I came and walk for. Right? The third walk as well. All right. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So, all of the media house, all they listen to the people, you know. The people talking the truth, you know. Only everything always anti-vax protest. Nobody never come on a protest. You come out to prayer walk. Morning caller, where you calling from?
Good morning to the Ground Report. Good morning, Andy, Lennox Smith, and Mikey K. Andy, how are you this morning?
I'm great. Just don't want to get buffed up from nobody today. The lines open. The owners of the Ground Report, which is the stakeholders out there, they say, hey, open the lines, we want to talk.
Amen.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was there for the boat pushback, Andy, and I'll be there for the third one. I can't wait. The Carlos here.
Carlos,
I want to say to this government this morning, earlier. Did they?
Yes, go ahead.
Did they come in that all they will have to pay for everything all they do the people of this country? Is you all they do on a Savannah Sunday, God? The people come out to walk and to pray for the country. And you see what that riot police had to do? Oh God, really you're going to pay, boy. You're going to pay for everything you're doing. You see all the tears that they're bringing people eyes. You see what you're doing, Rolly, boy? I'm telling you, Rolly, I'm fed up by you, Rolly. I'm fed up by you, Rolly. You need to, God, Rolly, give up that, Rolly. Give up that, please. Hear the cry of the people, hear the cry of the nation, Rolly, boy. Those riot police had no right. I was there. Nobody was protesting. Nobody was doing what they said they was. And I listened to the news last night. I get so vexed when the reporters say this protesting was protesting. Although we was not protesting, right? I fed up at people saying protest. We was not protesting. We was standing up for our rights. And I fed up at people keep on saying protest. It was not protesting. And you see what those riot police do, you see them turn and them they take it. You see all them people what they do? It was wrong. And I totally support Gary Griffith. And I wish that he come back as Commissioner of Police. Because if he come back as Commissioner of Police, all this shit will done. All this stupidness will done. Because he's a man for the people and he have a heart for the people. I want to say good morning to Philip. Good morning, Philip. Good morning to Councillor Nasser Hussein, the best councillor we ever had. You all have a blessed day today and let us come out in our numbers in Pushback 3. Let us come out and show this government enough is enough and we're not taking it anymore. Have a blessed day, everyone.
Good morning, caller. Where are you calling from? Access Race.
Morning. Pushback 3 coming to a cinema near in your area. Stay tuned. I'm calling from Princeton. And I like the other 3 callers are back. I too am fully vaccinated. I've taken my 3rd jab also, right? I'm 67 years of age and I have no problems with taking the vaccine, right? So for the reporters who brand it as anti-vax, right? It's not so. And these reporters need to get their facts right. And you know, don't let their PNM underwear show. you know, because it shows fully that they are reporting what the PNM media person wants them to view in the public, right? And secondly, I am upheld that no one, now this tear gas thing, that is extreme, you know, and there was no need, absolutely no need for that tear gas scenario, right? And I'm upheld that no one has taken legal action against this as yet. So the people who are affected, don't just say, I burning. Listen, get to your attorney and file action against the commissioner of police. So the commissioner of police could do what he want. When you fire, listen, the only time these things happen is in extreme protests where it have resistance and they are attacking police, and then the police will retaliate with the tear gas and rubber bullets at first, and then with the real bullets after. That slight thing that happened in the savannah, that there was no need for any tear gas, right? And no riot squad should not be in there, right? And people, come on, all who are affected by this tear gas, the little children, the parents of the children, go to your attorney and file action against the commissioner of police. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Oh boy, next caller, the lines are open. Oh boy. Morning caller, where are you calling from? Short and sweet, access phrase.
Andy.
Go ahead.
Morning and more. Access phrase, push back tree. When time and I will this Savannah. I want to say condolences to this family of St. Avenue Malik. Yeah, the sister come to church then before Christmas. She take you back in Canada to come to church and Canada. And human passed away. And human passed away. So I want to say condolences to the family of Malik. And I want to say, hats off, will get this thing in the Savannah Sunday go, and they should really do commissioner that pre-action letter for he and let him go to court and give an anti the public of Trinidad and Tobago why you have done that and who give him the thing to.
Very good. We want some lawyers on board with us. This is how this go, because it have lawyers, human rights lawyers. It have lawyers that understand that what went on there wrong. Please, all the lawyers, give us a call, because some of the people that was affected don't have the money to really and truly go to get legal situation be dealt with. So help us, lawyers. Give me a call. Give Mikey a call. Give Lennox a call. Give Robert Amara a call. We need you all young lawyers, or lawyers that believe in what we are doing. Human rights lawyers, please, we need your assistance. Please, to all human rights lawyers out there, 366-3053. You just send a text. 366-3053. Morning caller, access phrase. Go ahead. Where are you calling from?
Morning Andy, morning Lennox, morning Cuff, and morning Mikey K. Pushback number 3 with a vengeance. What I want to say.
Go ahead, Canada. You out there watching the whole thing. How you feel out there watching the whole thing?
News.
Making international
what
news.
What happened there Sunday? It has the cries of the people in Canada here. Even the Minister of National Security in Canada said what was done there is wrong. That they had the right to put tear gas on people. I watched the entire thing on Sunday. And
so the Minister of National Security, just now, the Minister of National Security in Canada said that was wrong.
Said this is something wrong. In
so it make news in Canada?
Yes, it making international news.
Oh my God. Go ahead.
You know? And we have become the laughing stock of the world. Not only the Caribbean, but the entire world is laughing at us. We Trinidadians have become like a puppy show. You know? This guy they call Jacob McDonald Jacob, he is a stooge. He's a bottom licker. And he wants to lick bottom to get position. But little does he know that he could get kicked out of the police force. You see?
No, go ahead. Forget that. Yeah, you go ahead. You go ahead and talk.
And this.
Canada. Wait, boy.
People.
Right. Go ahead, Canada.
With his set of misfits. Convent girl, they all sing, Avery Hines. I listened to one of the broadcasts, and they contradict each other because they don't know what the left hand is saying to the right hand. So they contradict each other. Another one, this one, the Dr. Roshan Parasram. Guy, get out of there before you bring more defamation to your family. Before you bring more problem to your family. Get out of there. Get out. You know, you are bringing a lot of distress to your family being there. You know, and as a Hindu, you have no gratitude. You have nothing at all, because I'm pretty sure that your entire family are Hindus. You know, Roshan, I'm telling you, get the hell out of there. Leave Rowley alone. Let him battle his way out. That's my contribution, Andy.
Thank you very much, Canada. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Next caller, short and sweet. Morning caller, we're calling from Access Phrase. And you go ahead and make a contribution.
Pushback 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 until I dead. So, Andy, let me tell you something. I'm calling from the Barakpur. You see this nonsense about people who not vaccinated and support that march? From day one, I never hide my vaccine status. I fully vaccinated and boosted. And I was there for the two pushback. Let me tell you something. 75% of the people who was on that march was elderly people. And you see that administering of that tear gas, that could have been so detrimental to these people if it end up in some site or hostility where people had to run and they would have pushed down these old people, they would have get injured. That was so uncalled for. It's the worst decision in the history of this country so far by the police service. And something needs to be done further into that.
Yeah, we need legal advice on that. We want to sue the police service.
That have to be done.
Have to.
And you see all these lawyers and where they only come and look for money and to abuse the rights and the citizens of this country, their land and all these kind of things. This is where the law fraternity is supposed to be the watchdog of the Constitution of Trinidad and Tobago. That when these kind of things, breach of the Constitution, nobody then supposed to tell them to come to represent the people. They're supposed to come out and say, hey, here what? This was a breach of the democratic right of the people, and we are here to file this motion against the government and the police service, and let them know that how they cannot these nonsense over and over in the country. Why it is this look, Ramesh Maharaj and where these people how much money these people want from the system that they cannot see what is right and what is wrong in this country and stand up for the people, rather than somebody had to come out and, you know how much is to write just a letter to get representation to bring a motion against the government is like $50,000, you know. And no ordinary people cannot do these kind of things. We just can't come out. So it's society who have the financial capability and the know-how is the ones. We could just come out and march and make the protest, and we are being of that. So people are to wake up. Don't stop. Come out and do it. And I will tell this population one thing again. No vaccine side effects are worse than a PNM government in this country. Think about it. Have a good morning, gentlemen.
I never think about that. Our vaccination status is our own business. Our vaccination status not but be given to anyone. No employer, nobody but our doctor, a healthcare professional. So if it's not our damn business, and it's supposed to be for everybody, Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley, I have a question that I need to ask you, Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley. You making our vaccine status be an open book when it is protected by law under the Constitution of Trinidad and Tobago. Whenever so, let me level the playing field. What's your vaccination status? Not vaccination status. What is your medical status? Because vaccination status is our medical status too. All is under the same man. What is your medical status? We want to know your business. Or is that your right? We want to know where it is be going away for. By the doctors away and by hospitals away. You cancer in your throat. You AIDS. We want to know your business. Since you want us to tell everybody we health business, we vaccination status, when that's supposed to be our private business, our health business is our own. Our health status is our own. Just like how we respect your health status is yours. So I talk like this for you to understand what it is you're doing, people. What you're doing, people, is what I'm asking you to do now. We want to know your damn medical history. Since our own, it's not we, it's everybody's business. We want to know. We want to know. We want to know why it is be taking honey goat weed. The boy to stand up. What, you have high blood pressure? You have sugar? You have cancer in your throat? We want to know. You have a tumor in your head? You have AIDS? And look, AIDS people and all are protected. Their status is their status. You can't discriminate against somebody that have HIV. So I'll give you an idea, Dr. Rolio, what it is you're doing us. And let me apologize to you. Asking you about your medical status, which is that is your damn business, not mine. Not Trinidad own. That between you and your doctor or doctors. And look, we respect that. Respect our medical business too. We vaccine or medical status is nobody damn God business. That is protected within our constitution. We're only breaking the damn law. Morning caller, where are you calling from?
Push back 3 again. I again, the Hockett are calling. I want to tell the other thing. Last night I heard he saying the children want to be vaccinated to the parents. I want them to know that our children is our children, and the children are no guinea pigs. Leave our children alone. Leave them out of this, because all you're looking now is only 2-year-old. All the children to be vaccinated. What happened? All you don't like the children to be around. All you want to kill us all. Leave the children out of all this. Thank you.
Thank you very much, caller. Oh boy, next caller, morning caller, where are you calling from? Access phrase. Right, caller, you go ahead. Go ahead. Access phrase. We know we're in you. Go ahead.
Right. Push back 3, push back harder. Good morning to Andy and the rest of the staff and all listeners. Listen, you see what transpired there in the last pushback? That is an abuse of power, that is humiliation tactics, and that is downright disobedience to the rule of law. The police can't just arbitrarily do, according to the last caller, tear gas and rubber bullets are the last resort. And in the first part of the pushback, it went smoothly under Mr. Kisunlal. How it is suddenly, the riot squad reached and start to let go tear gas and abuse people. That can't work. Not in this day and age. All those persons who have been arrested frustrate the system. They'll just go and plead guilty. In any event, it's going to be dismissed because there's no evidence to support it. In addition to which, all you lawyers that is listening and sitting on the sideline, you live in Trinidad. Contribute some way or the other. I don't want you to compromise your integrity, but at some point in time, we must push back. All these professional people. Right? My heart went out especially to the children and the older folks who have been tear gas and go through it. Why it is that we must have our senior citizens go through that when we are the big and strong ones, just stand by the sideway and just look and waiting for a positive result. You can't do that. 1% of the whole population intimidate and humiliate people in order to acquire wealth and just carry on? No. So I'm appealing to all those professional people give some support somewhere or the other. Come back, come out. Because the court is for everybody. You're going to be arrested, all right, fine. Fine. We're going to win it in court. Because you can't just do this in this day and age and be abusive to people and expect to get justice. No, no. Justice is a thing that we have to fight for. We can't just take it for granted anymore. We have to get up and fight. Right? So good morning, everybody, and please, please, please.
Thank you very much. Look at that. This young man like he crying, begging. So please, all you lawyers, civil rights lawyers, or lawyers that understand that we are being advantaged, that the people are just on prayer and march. Pushback 3 to all lawyers is prayer and march. And yes, we will still inform the police that we'll be coming out for a day of prayer and march. Prayer and march. Yes, they will ask us for what? Because of all what we're going through. We body, we choice. The crime situation and everything. That will be coming out there to pray and march about. Our constitutional rights are being infringed on. Those is the things we're coming out for. Please, to all you lawyers, join us, help us. There's plenty money to sue the police service over there, do to the people innocent on Sunday there. Help us. People can't do nothing, we have no money. Plenty people lose their work. Plenty people in some now they eating tomorrow. And it's a fact. So while you're all in the comfort zone, all of this is for you. Because it have lawyers for vaccination, it have lawyers for that anti-vax too. And again, we don't want to know your business. We don't want to know the vaccination business. We don't want to know the unvaccination business. What we are for, what we for is pro-choice. Pro-choice, when it comes to that. Anybody vaccine status is their own business. Not none of we own, not the Prime Minister own, nobody own. And it have many other reasons why people are out there. The property tax and all those different things. Morning caller. Morning. Morning caller. We're calling from Access Race.
Good morning, Andy. Charlieville. Pushback 3 coming soon.
Go ahead, Charlieville Primcham, go ahead.
Yes, my brother. I would like to know if the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago is losing confidence in the Commissioner of Police or have lost confidence in him in a like manner in which he said he had lost confidence in Mr. Gary Griffith. Our elderly people were made to line up throughout various health centers in this country to receive vaccines, and they did not. Our people were in the savannah, walking, singing, chanting, praying, and tear gas was dispersed on them. What next? Real bullets? Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Carnage, a pleasant good morning to you, a warrior. Carnage, you go ahead.
Morning, Andy.
Go ahead, Mr. Carnage.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago and the wider world. Now, what I want to say to Trinidad and Tobago, Pushback 3, Andy, I will be there again as I was there in 1, I was there in 2. And you know, Trinidad and Tobago, we have a serious issue ahead of us. And this issue, Andy, you want to give a vaccine to us as a people, where the vaccine is supposed to be a cure for the coronavirus. The coronavirus is something that is killing all the population of the world. And what they're supposed to do, where this is my knowledge, they're supposed to have a cure, right? And the cure that they're supposed to instill on us is a vaccine. The vaccine, what they are giving us, is not a cure. And we still have to social distance. We still have to sanitize. And we are still dying. People are taking the vaccine and dying on an everyday basis, Andy. But the people who's elected officers who seen about our affairs, instead of do the right thing to protect the population, they are doing the wrong thing. Look, the police service, just imagine they are justifying that people people, Andy. I was there, Andy. Nobody never felt nothing behind these people, Andy. Nobody never in that crowd, Andy. Nobody never raise a stone, raise a bottle, do nothing to these people, Andy. And these people is trying to justify to the world that they had a reason for doing that, and the reason was for doing that is because people was unruly, Andy. Andy, we were walking, Andy, people was walking because when we gather together, they don't want to stand up in one place. So as a result, we was walking, Andy, and these people come out in the bus like the first time when they came, and they started running on people, and they started hold people, Andy. And we as a people of Trinidad and Tobago, it is time we stand up. The people of Trinidad and Tobago is the people who appoint Dr. Rowley to be the Prime Minister, and Dr. Rowley and the bands are mafia. The man says a mafia organization that is governing Trinidad and Tobago. And what it is, we stand up. We see every day the wrong that is handed out to us. And when we decide to stand up as a people, and the police service, they're using the police service against us. You can remember when PNM now get in power, they sell and they buy bomb, they sell and they buy grenade, they sell and they buy water cannon, they buy all kind of things because these people know what they want to do, Andy. Andy, I believe pushback 3, this is just my opinion. I believe pushback 3, we should start from in Dr. Rowley constituency, Shagamas. Just so when Ms. Kamala was in power, he started in Shagamas with the farmers. I believe pushback 3 should start from Shagamas, and we're walking from Shagamas to Port of Spain along the Savannah. They can't stop you from exercising. They can't stop you from praying. We're walking, and we just have people coordinating proper traffic and making sure everything go good. Andy, that's my contribution this morning, my brother.
Thank you very much, Mr. Karanaz. I must say a pleasant good morning to Smalley from Windy Hill. A real fighter, all he pushed back. This Smalley from Windy Hill was there, all. And let me say again, a farewell to our good sister too, who died, Natalie Smalls, buried Monday, put to rest. Natalie Smalls was a soldier. Oh my gosh, that was a soldier. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Down to Mr. Parman was there. See Mr. Parman and all was there. He was there in all. Oh boy. Who else up again? I only just text me because I want to make sure I remember all of you. Morning caller, where are you calling from?
Morning, calling from Arima.
Go ahead, Arima. Access race, pushback 3.
Pushback 3, come in. Now, Andy, one thing I want to agree with a caller earlier. And I think we need to organize this in a better way. We need to have the leaders of this thing, or majority of the leaders, if not all, because I know some people have to coordinate and other things, right? In the front with the people, because when it was there, the leaders was nowhere to be found. One get locked up and the rest was all over the place, and the people was just all over, not listening. I mean, you can't use the loud horn or whatever, but there was nobody ever telling the people, okay, the police tell me to move, or they let me move. So the crowd that was there with the tear gas, they could have bypassed the police somewhere and go and continue their walk. All that was cross the road, continue their walk wrong. But when they want to stand off with the police, I mean, yes, sometimes you have to be sensible sometimes. You will not win with the police. Right? You will. All you have to do, the police tell you to move, you go wrong the police, because there was on one spot at the Savannah, but that crowd was there, and they could have continued the walk wrong the Savannah. Right? But that thing with the people, they want to stand up and face it. You can't go face up to the police. One of them
no, remember, I will disagree with you with just one thing. Again, if I is a big man, I am separated to the rest. The Savannah is a clear place. They had confrontation because the police can't tell big people. How do you go tell big man under that you can't be there, go home?
Well,
you have to stand up for something
called comply, then complain. If the police is something like if you're in traffic and the light on red and the police say go through, and you had to go through, you had to comply. I am not for the police, you know. But sometimes people have to think for themselves and say, here what? The police say we to move from yes, we doing something. But the police say we move from here, we go around the police and we move ahead. You're looking for confrontation. You see, Daddy Bacchanal happening. You see, when you look for the confrontation with the police, that is when the Bacchanal.
We never look for the confrontation with the police. The police look for the confrontation. Oh, we're saying avoid it.
People have to do what? All right, only when we to move from here, we move from this side and we go around the police or whatever, and we continue because remember the crowd already leave. So it was just a few people who want to say, but when they want to confront the police, and you're not listening to the police, them things must happen. How come the other people leave? Because of the rain come down, and the majority of the people, because why? They listen to the police. So the majority of the people left because they did not want that confrontation, right? They left because of that. They didn't want the confrontation with the police.
So you are saying we're supposed to listen to the police even if they're wrong? Or even if
the police wrong, we had to comply, then complain. And that's my thing, you know.
Yeah, your contribution
because
is respected.
And you see, with something, the police will cool down. If you say, all right, people move from the area here, the police will cool down. But when you want to confront, remember, adrenaline pumping, then police don't get these things regular. So when you come out now, when last you see GB and them come out for anything? So when they come out, they mean business. So in order to cool down the thing, nobody to get harm, no tear gas with a bus. We move from here, we take up ourselves and we start to walk around the pub because they was blocking the whole road. They could not pass. You cross the road by Napa and they walk around and we continue with groups at 10 and they walk around and they pay. They would have no problem. They would not have nothing to say because the majority of people don't leave. Another thing is, I'm not no fanatic of the Prime Minister or anything. But you see the play when the people, did you listen to the news conference on Saturday?
With the news
with Rowley, when he say people who dead are dead?
Yeah.
I'm not a fanatic of the
Wait, hello? Hello? We lost that one. Next caller. Morning caller. Oh boy, we lost that one too. Morning caller. Look, we lost that one too. We just lost in people just dropping like flies. Morning caller.
Morning, Andy. Short and sweet. Andy.
Hey, researcher.
Pushback 3.
Go ahead, researcher.
Yo, day. Andy, you see what going on with TSTT, boy? You know what going on with TSTT right now?
No, what going on with TSTT?
They come into bus all them TSTT workers short, boy. You got on the front page of the news there yesterday. The CEO, Lisa Agard, sent out a release saying that she calling on the CWU and State Police Association and whoever to come in for them to have discussion because they had a 400 million plus revenue drop based on the figures from the previous year, and therefore they're looking to restructure the company. And we hear that talk already, and the result was nobody going home. If you was up in your place and you didn't hear, nobody going home, and then couple weeks later, everybody going home. People have bills to pay. Why the big boys taking advantage of TSTT and this? Remember they have a fast timeline here. And in May 2017, Massey Communications was purchased by TSTT. Everybody hear about that. Over $200 million. You understand?
Go ahead, researcher one. Talk. Yes, talk to them.
November 2018, all of a sudden, TSTT fire 500. And the February 2019, in response to a question from Senator Mark, the then Minister of Public Utilities, Robert Lee Hunt, told the country that the TSTT CEO works for an obscene $180,000 a month. And the
so much money them getting so much money them just get back.
And you listen to what I tell you, and the October 2019, and like nobody in the country knows it, but let me let them know today. TSTT went and borrowed, listen to what I'm telling you now, $300 million US, of which and 680 million TT. Now hear this, we don't want to cast aspersions here, but we have to let the Antamaka group of companies know that we are paying and we have zero documentation. And some merchant bank and a bank called Oppenheimer, foreign, right? They put this prospectus out for TSTT, guess where? In Luxembourg. So they go in Europe and line up this whole shot here. Put TSTT to borrow $300 million US. And I find it very strange that 680 million TT, because when I'm checking foreign documentation for this bond that was put out here, I see in 400 million US. So I want to know if it was so,
Who is the company that benefited from collecting $100 million US and swap it and give me $680 million TT? I want the documents. I want TSTT and some merchant bank was part of the transaction. I don't know the role they play. They was always use the term like arrange and all kind of thing. Let the parties that are involved in this transaction, because you see, we have to prosecute this, Randy. Because people on the breadline here, and some account always showing up. Lisa Agard is a former TSTT Legal Services Department employee. Then she ended up working Guardian Media Limited. She was appointed in 2014. In 2015, she was appointed by the then Massey Communications Board. And bomb shot, come 2017, we see TSTT by Massey Communications under Emily Elias. The man by Massey Communications signed the deal on May the 2nd. You understand? And by September, the man leave the company and gone in everywhere to build all the apartments and townhouses that Rowley haven't built. You understand where I'm coming from? We need to understand what's going on. We own price raising in Flour Mill. This going up in Flour Mill. A former managing director of ANSA Polymer is now the chief executive officer of Flour Mill, effective February 1st, 2021. So we are paying a keen attention to what is going on. The ANSA Macau Group take over the Presal Industrial Park. The entire 70 plus acres, between 75 to 78 acres. I like to be categorically correct so them can't come on with a stupidness. I could bounce them up in the quarters. You understand what I'm telling you? 75 to 78 acres. Industrial park. They ain't take piece of the park now. They ain't take couple acres in the park now. Then go with the whole park.
Under this government, boy? All of that?
But you're listening to
and poor people
on that company.
And all people is just a one lot of land for the families, boy. One lot. A wee land, boy.
So them coming now. Them pay a pipe of $50 million. I will explain this.
Hey, $50 million they pay for all that land?
But you're listening to me.
Oh, God.
$50 million pipe of dollars now. I'm going to say, but that's a that is not money. You cannot buy a lot of land now. Tobago for 100 or 200,000. Then we pay attention to the assets of Clico and Fuel Financial being carted away. We see that Antamaka going and get the entire coal fire, then grown with that entire portfolio and grown with almost hundreds of millions and billions of dollars worth. They claim it's 300 plus million worth. I don't believe that. Look, for example, last year, June 2021, the government take over Clico land up past Cleveland Road there, between George Boyce Recreational Ground, when you're on the Arima Road and you come out of Cleveland Road there and the, right? Arima Road in front of you, running east to west. That parcel of land going straight up towards that hill there. 557, almost 58 acres of prime property. You can't buy land up there, Andy. You cannot buy land up there. It's Bella Vista doing a development. It's the foothills lower down the road. It's Lillian Heights. It's La Florissant Phase 3. You listen to what I'm telling you, Andy.
Talk, researcher, one talk.
Tobago. $60 million to Clico for that. But I want to know them Clico, Polo, and all that fellas that be sleeping now. Or don't have nobody to talk for them. Andy, if you put the land value at 100,000 a lot, you know how much you worth it? Over $440-something million if we put the land at $100,000 a lot. And the cheapest land in Dabadi right now is in Red Hill, selling for $475,000 a lot. I am telling you about land that's doing prime property here. The government take it for $60 million, and then bam, you're going to get sold to some financer possibly for piper money. And enough is enough. We see in both Marvin Gonzalez apartment, the Minister of Public Utilities, who always threatening me that are we walking on eggshell with Tianti and Wassa. We're not going through that to them fellas, boy. Playing on this dance, boy. Hear what's going on. We see Gonzaga apartment there, 2.9 million. We see himself Fayad Hussein, who the attorney general and all them, you already getting a second state brief, 2.9 million. So this man sell out these 20 apartments here and make at least...
Talk like suffer. They don't understand what you're saying. Because you're talking real loud.
Right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Apologies.
Yeah,
my apologies.
Yeah,
What's the thing that's trigger me no but that TSTT thing that I used there, I said it trigger me no but.
Yeah.
It's a poor people have loans and mortgages to pay and we're not going through that, boy. We're not going through that. We'll keep rolling, boy. What's now? You see this year? I tell them, boy, God is the boss, boy. You could do what you want, but not for how long you want. Enough is enough. These people taking full advantage. Gonzalez and Fayad Hussein and the other purchasers buy apartments from him both 2.8 million, 2.9 million. How much million? This man, when the opposition leader told him, hey, partner, you brought the legislation in that bill in 2016, Finance Act number 2, 2016. The first official bill, forget the budget from the year before. Rowley then went on September the 7th, right? Sworn in on the 9th. Forget the budget from that October 2015. We're talking about the first official media review that this People's National Movement Administration that is there currently, this is the first official bill that they bring in the parliament. And it was directly for him to benefit. People only go and shoot the opposition leader because every bill in parliament is for everybody to benefit, not him alone. The people who bill
talk so far. You had to talk, boy. I don't know what's going on with your mic. Your mic real powerful today.
Oh,
real powerful. So when it go up hard, it's sounding muscle.
Hold it away.
Yeah, hold it away. Yeah, hold it away.
Right? Andy, this man brought legislation. The opposition leader made a bold statement based on facts that here what's going on. Somebody brought legislation in the parliament that they stood to benefit from directly. This gentleman made this announcement on April the 8th in his media review statement. On May 2016, he got one of his final building permits. And on July the 4th, he came in the parliament, Andy. Independence Day for him. American Independence Day for him. He came in the parliament and put these clauses into law that was signed off on July the 20th, the same day that Miss Dylan Fodringham, the lady who sold Alan Warner, the Prime Minister's good friend, where the Prime Minister coincidentally ended up getting an apartment for himself and got one for, well, and his daughter got one, let me be categorically correct. And what they both received in common, I cannot say he was party to both transactions, but I can definitely say that the similarity between the two transactions is they both got the same purchase price, a price of 1.2 million. These are partners that were publicly advertised for in excess of 1.7 million consistently. 1.8 plus million at times. The sign in front penny savers and Inez investment when you're passing on the main road across in Tobago says 1.8 million. How did this Prime Minister negotiate from his good friend, who would have been one of the people that could stand to benefit from this townhouse arrangement, this townhouse condominium multi-family residential unit blind? And as you know, saying,
yeah, carry the phone more. Carry the phone. You see the online people not hearing you clear and they keep writing it. And the one to hear your contribution mustn't waste. I don't know, boy. Your mic amplified the same about the mic amplified all kind of thing. Between me and you, what's my eye and all drop the phone line and all on the board here. That mic real powerful, boy.
Oh, shucks.
I'm telling you.
Andy, boy, this thing is full of boy. Andy, be a liar, boy. Watch now. This man bring a bill. Now, let me tell you, now that we have all the proof about the almost $60 million that he stands to benefit, let us read the bill into not the bill, it is now an act. It is no longer a bill. I am reading from Act number 7 of 2016. Right. Finance Act number 2 of 2016. Part 5, Income Tax. Chapter Clause 6. The Income Tax Act is amended. And they go on here. They move the expiry dates or the sunset clause, I should say, from 2018. Now, let me ask you something, Andy. Most times, when something, a sunset clause is in place, you know you just deal with those things coming down to the end of the sunset clause. Because you let the full time of the current legislation run out. So you see, A, was this effective? Did it achieve the purpose that we set out or we intended for? Right? However, we see here in 2016, there were things in place for exemptions, that is, for multi-story car parks and for residential buildings and such. There were exemptions in place. And we see here now a new addition. An addition, a part of the bill called 45E, where this gentleman only put in here that a new condition here to expire in 2025. So he shifts the whole 2018 thing because we have to assume nobody knows if he would have finished his apartments by then, but we not casting no aspersions. But here what the clause states here, notwithstanding any of the provisions of this act, they shall be exempt from income tax. So me and you have to find money to pay property tax. And we running like a pack of clown for property tax. So we don't really pay the land, we go and take your land anyhow. Because he going and he is able and will have the power.
Well, you get loud. I don't know, but your mic real and it distorted. When it get loud again, distorted.
He will have the power.
Wait, listen, I will back that. I will back this. Watch me tomorrow, please God. We had to do back this because everybody want to get and didn't get clear, right?
We have to do that.
We have to do it tomorrow, please God.
We'll pull up everything.
Everything tomorrow, please God.
All right.
What it is researchers is talking about here, researching about this is very, very important. I'm sure you all will agree that this kind of importance of what it is you want to bring across needs clarity. It needs to come out clear so everybody can understand. So we will do that tomorrow. We can look at Dr. Marcus saying, researcher, fix your audio. People online and all saying, fix your audio. I had to go and take a break because Gary Griffith is waiting for my call or for our call. Right, so I'm going to take a break and come back. When we come back, Gary Griffith, banned from TTT. If he was police commissioner, would have never organized without access force. He'd have been on the ground. Crime raging. Boy, what again? Heinz, boy, I don't know. But God is good. But we will come out with this lady here on this excess force thing and listen to her story. After her, we're going for a break and come back. On the lady there. Same lady we know. After we go for a break and come back, when we come back, more right here on the Gong Report. We'll be back.
This is craziness. Sunday, my neighbor died next door. So we decided to go Hyla to get some stuff for the wake. Unknowing that, I don't know what is going on by the savannah. Police and the government threw tear gas while I was passing with my vehicle. 2 daughters and my grandson just got tear gas in our face. It came through the van and locked in. Burn up our face. Couldn't even see to drive, but had to get out of there. This is total chaos. This is an innocent bystander. Rather people protesting. They have freedom of speech and freedom of right. We were innocently passing. My 4-year-old grandson. This is craziness. People, wake up. Wake up. This is craziness. My aunt was burning. I'm the driver. I couldn't see. And I have a baby, my grandson. Look, my niece, my daughter, and my 4-year-old. I was driving blindly to get out of there. This was done by the police, and they are off under the government for the guilt. I am so disappointed. So disappointed. We were innocently driving.
This is More FM 104.7. Iconic Radio.
Never be beaten on price. Conveniently located at Twin City, Endeavour Road, Shogunas, and Hoover. Experience shopping comfort, wide lanes, and secured parking. Your one-stop shop for variety. Great prices, quality service, and yes, weekly.
Rejuvenate. Home is where love is. A peace of mind. Home is a house with a land to expand. Home is at the serene Bracano Park or the gated sanctuary of Ella Vista Gardens. 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. In Andy, 691-5659, 721-9186 or 379-8990. DG Homes. Modern and luxurious living for all.
6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Join Andy Williams, Michael Kerr, and Lennox Smith, the Ground Report team on M104.7 as they rip apart the lies, half-truth, and misinformation that the mainstream media never discuss. The Ground Report. Hard-hitting, informative, undiluted, uncompromising, and unfiltered. Monday to Friday on M104.7 FM. Get the raw facts before making any life-changing decisions. Only on The Ground Report.
Shiny and Ari, restaurant number 67, Western Main Road, St. James, opposite Standards. For breakfast daily, Monday to Sunday, from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. On the menu, sada roti, fry bake, roast bake, pie, coffee, tea, Milo, vegetable pizza, pancakes with assorted vegetables. Lunch specials daily from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Chicken pilau, $25. Assorted lunch from $25 to $40. Soup specials and crab and dumpling. Delivery of food available. Dinner a la carte on the pavement from 6 p.m. until burgers, chicken sandwich, hot dogs, fries and chicken, nuggets, shrimp burger, gyros, and anything else you can think about. Call 382-9347 to place your orders 7 days a week.
What goes in is a local something that makes it all taste better. It's the flavor of our culture. Come from here, come from there, and everywhere. It's the special flavor that's made to savor at the Royal Castle. Welcome the Royal Castle. Royal Castle. Flavor to the bone. Royal Castle. It's the very own. Royal Castle is the local something that makes it all this better. Taste the unique flavor of our culture at Royal Castle.
Warrell Regis and Company Limited, Sun and Main Road Enterprise, Shoguana. Services offered are new tire and battery sale. We inspect private and commercial vehicles, mechanical repairs, fleet maintenance, tire alignment, wheel balancing and rotation, nitrogen installation, auto body repair, authorized agency for all major insurance, windshield replacement, wrecking services. We are open Mondays to Fridays, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. For more information, contact 665-3377. Warrell Regis and Company Limited.
Looking to complete your home or private project? Well, the place is Midland Hardware. We carry a large selection of roofing and plumbing supplies, lumber, steel, water tanks, and much more. Get your sand, gravel by the bag, yard, or load. No one beats our prices. Visit us at the corner of Sinclair Road and Eastern Main Road, 5 Rivers, or call 646-2144. Midland Hardware.
Liberia Resort, Spa and Conference Center. We have mastered the luxury of getting away from it all. Guests can enjoy our ultra premium spa or our canopy lounge, nestled in the Orchid Garden, surrounded by lush tropical sights and sounds of the ocean. Queens Beach Liberia Resort, Spa and Conference Center, your eco-friendly resort oasis, located on the northeastern coast of Trinidad. For reservations, please call 226-1456, front desk or mobile 460-4575 and 370-0501.
You juice. I'm gonna make drink bigger than natural boost. Ginger, lime and turmeric. Keep away every sickness. Get a bottle of this orange spice. Make a healthy choice in your life. And let me drink up the juice. And let me drink up the thing from the roots. And let me drink up the thing from the fruits. The you juice.
The Burger Specialist is doing it again. The breakfast menu is now available. Chicken and waffles, wraps, bagels, pancakes, and of course, our smashing breakfast burger and so much more. Only at The Burger Specialist. Remember to ask about our signature burger. Call or WhatsApp 769-9222. That's 769-9222. Located at the intersection of Mokoya Road and the Priority Bus Route in Tunapuna. The Burger Specialist. We make breakfast great.
6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Join Andy Williams, Michael Kerr, and Lennox Smith, the Ground Report team on M1047, as they rip apart the lies, half-truth, and misinformation that the mainstream media never discuss. The Ground Report. Hard-hitting, informative, undiluted, uncompromising, and unfiltered. Monday to Friday on M104.7 FM. Get the raw facts before making any life-changing decisions. Only on The Ground Report.
The ground report.
The government of Trinidad and Tobago is not closing down Petrotrin.
The ground report. The ground report.
I would think that there's been very clear that all the employees of Petrotrin will exit the company. All.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Freedom. Forged from the love of liberty, the cornerstone principle of our society, a liberty that is inalienable, not coming from a pen nor the majority. Freedom. As COVID-19 virus is not the top killer in the country, mandatory vaccination is the priority, while manufacturers, government, and employers avoid liability if anything happens to you, me, or our families. Freedom. How can God bless our nation if everywhere you turn is vaccination discrimination? Where is the Equal Opportunity Commission who allowed and boisterous for sexual orientation? Priorities messed up, that's a fact. While our fundamental rights and freedoms are under attack. Freedom. How can you consider to mandate a drug under emergency use authorization? Long-term effects not known, yet you push this experimental jab on the population. So-called legal minds can see that this would be an unreasonable, unconstitutional legislation. Freedom. Take the jab, free doubles, no trouble. Answer McCall offering kitchen makeover to persons who may not be able to use their kitchen after. Listen, you can always get a new job. Do the right thing, but you see freedom? Freedom is something you don't give up for anything. Freedom! We live in a world where our liberties are being stripped away, hidden in plain sight from the lies of the serpents of Davos. We take a swift flight. Religious liberty, liberty of conscience, our first right. The reign of freedom doesn't come without a struggle or a fight. Freedom! Fight philosophical biologically, our body, our choice, our liberty. We want freedom. No globalism, no socialism, no tyrannism, any lockdowns. Leave our conscience alone. We want freedom. Side by side we stand. Islands of the deep blue sea, where every creed and race no longer have an equal opportunity. What really going on globally? All this pandemic can come to an end if our government look into the alternative remedy. But oh, money talk louder than liberty and science. The World Health Organization enjoys the monopoly. We protest against your sway, because everybody wants freedom. It's Freedom Day.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. We have, as everybody saying it and everybody knowing it, the best commissioner of police that ever hold the position of commissioner of police. Play this first, Cuff. Go ahead, Cuff.
But there was a time that this country required this. There's still that time, and you have to be very careful how you deal with the public. I mean, we can even refer to what you'd have seen yesterday at the Queen's Park Savannah. That is a very delicate matter. I am not here to cast aspersions about whether pro with vaccination or not. But again, it is something, I did hear your comment earlier this morning, JW, he said, what do you expect the police to do? And notice, as Commissioner of Police in my 3 years, I fully understood the rights of persons to protest. That is your right. And what I said is for you to have to do that, you need to apply. You apply to the Commissioner of Police. I will ensure that you can protest. If it is that they did not get that request, it means obviously there was a breakdown in communication. But having done that, we need to be very careful, JW. One of the policies I put in place is anytime we have to use that type of force on citizens, it must come from the Office of the Commissioner of Police. And there's a reason for that. Because this what took place. Suppose the head of the GB decided, okay, it is time to tear gas. Okay, that is his judgment call. But suppose you go to Abu Bakr's funeral, where there were 2 times more persons at that funeral, and the head of the interagency task force was there. He said, well, I don't think we should tear gas. And there's where you will get persons stating, well, listen, there's not a level playing field. How it is we could do this, but an Abu Bakr's funeral, where there were 2 times more persons, the acting commissioner of police said, well, I made a judgment call and we decided not to tear gas. How it is that when you had the situation just a week ago with the Beetham residents, when it is they were actually doing something that would have inconvenienced over 100,000 persons, there was no need for tear gas. So you have to be very careful. It's not a straight case of saying you broke the law, you do what it. I, as a commissioner of police, had I been there, I would have been on the ground, because you need to, that just as what I did during the Black Lives Matter in the Savannah, just as what I did during the candlelight vigils, you have to be on the ground to make a decision like that. Because if you make the wrong decision in a situation like that, my personal view is I would not have done it, because you're speaking about, this is not just persons standing up in front of tires with debris burning, and those are the individuals. Right? We are speaking about women, children. Tear gas can actually get into persons' vehicles, the media being affected. So you have to be very careful in the decision-making process in situations like that. And then again, you could refer to the THA election, where you had 2 times more persons on probably both political parties doing the same thing, and there was no tear gas. So you have to be very careful. You can't be, there's a saying, you can't be half pregnant. And this is where it comes to leadership and making a judgment call based on the situation.
And before you go, the Honorable former Police Commissioner Gary Griffith, you there, right?
Yes, I am. Good morning.
And listen to one more thing before you continue, because look, you mentioned all of this before this come out and all what you say. Listen to this one here too, because you mentioned innocent people and vehicles innocently can be tear gas. Go ahead, Cuff. Let the former commissioner.
Sunday, my neighbor died next door, so we decided to go higher to get some stuff for the wake. Unknowing that, I don't know what is going on by the Savannah. Police and the government threw tear gas while I was passing with my vehicle. 2 daughters and my grandson just got tear gas in our face. It came through the van and locked in. Burn up our face. Couldn't even see to drive, but had to get out of there. This is total chaos. This is an innocent bystander. Rather people protesting. They have freedom of speech and freedom of right. We were innocently passing. My 4-year-old grandson. This is craziness. People, wake up. Wake up. This is craziness. My eye was burning. I'm the driver. I couldn't see. And I have a baby, my grandson. Look, my niece, my daughter, and my 4-year-old. I was driving blindly to get out of there. This was done by the police, and they are off under the government for the chaos. I am so disappointed. So disappointed. We were innocently driving.
Trinidad and Tobago, former Commissioner of Police, Gary Griffith, is on the line. No stranger to the gun we bought. You go ahead, Gary Griffith. Talk to the people.
Sure, good morning. All right, so as it pertains to this situation, many times people make decisions based on how it affects their political party or how it benefits. I am giving my view, not as a previous commissioner of police, but I have been trained to deal. I think very few people have the training and experience in dealing with crowd control and to deal with riots as I have. When I was at Sandhurst in the United Kingdom, at that time they were dealing with the problems with the Irish Republican Army. So riots and crowd control was critical in the training. I was at the UN Peacekeeping. I was the first Trinidadian to return home with a UN Peacekeeping medal, dealing with those things in Haiti. I was the youngest officer in the attempted coup. So before people decide to attack me for my comments, I am speaking based on my expertise in the field, not an armchair critic that will sit down and say because I support the PNM or the UNC, I am making this decision. It's from my experience. And what I can tell you is that there's a reason why they call it riot shield and riot gear. It is to deal with a riot. So there was no riot then. Secondly, had they used the Operation Command Center and the Commissioner's Command Centers, I did during the Black Lives Matter and the candlelight vigils, the person in charge of the police service would have understood what is happening and made a command decision. Thirdly, I would have been on the ground. You need to have the most senior officer available to be on the ground to analyze the situation. The fourth, I would have approved the protest, and by doing that, you would be able to work with the organizers and then get them to understand exactly what is required. So granted that they did not get the approval, but for the acting commissioner to say that he didn't give the approval, I have always understood that this is a democracy, and persons have a right to protest. Now, for you to have the right to protest, you need a permission from the Commissioner of Police. And that's why I always said, if it is that you want to protest under my watch, I would give you that approval. Don't do it without my approval. And I will do it. So I had, and that is why these things should take place. When it is further, when you look at the double standard, you can't be a Commissioner of Police to say that tear gassing persons like this, it was warranted. But then when you had the Abu Bakr funeral, persons were cramped up, Titan and China in a doubles. And you saw it, you sat back and you said nothing. And then the same man is saying, when I looked at the situation, I realized that it would get volatile, so I decided not to do it. And then the Beetham residence, where persons were actually breaking the law, burning tire, 100,000 persons inconvenience, and the persons were standing up next. Well, remember, for those 3 years as commissioner, burning tires and debris blocking roads stopped, because those are the persons that would be arrested because you're inconveniencing other persons. And let me also add, I asked persons to type something called Tiananmen Square 1989. If anyone is trying to say that what happened on Sunday was justified, it meant that what happened in China in 1989, where thousands of Chinese students were protesting based on government actions, the Chinese government decided to have tanks roll over them, shoot at them, thousands of persons were killed. Are you trying to justify that? You can't. So, and my final point is, because of that training, you need to look at all of the scenarios. So when we were trained to know when to use tear gas, when to use pepper spray, if you use tear gas in an environment like that and someone runs across the road and is killed, or someone is driving and they are affected and they are damaged, the state now has to pay the price because of your decision. And you have to look at the environment. There's an activist who was paid by a government minister, and she had the audacity to try to compare. She said, but this previous commissioner is questioning what happened with use of tear gas, but he used it in 2020. In 2020, there were 33 areas blocking the road. I was able to shut it down immediately. And 150 men with Molotov cocktails, guns, pieces of iron, they were walking down Federal Street to destroy the city, and to attack police officers. We used tear gas 50 meters ahead of them to cause them to divert and head east out of Port-au-Spain. Other countries in the world, they would have commended that commissioner of police because I saved the city that day without one shot being fired and anyone being injured. That is how you use tear gas, to try to stop a situation, not to escalate it. And when you have women, you have children, you have elderly persons, you have members of the media, you have innocent bystanders, and you decided now to use this coming down to the end of the event when hundreds have already left. So you didn't do it when it was at its highest. You do it when people are leaving. How anyone who can say that it was warranted, it means they are not trained in understanding what is known as revolutionary warfare, tactics and operational procedures to deal with riots and crowd control.
Wow. All right. On the issue too of, so do people have a legal right now to sue the government or the police service for using excess force against them, as they say, you're talking as a civilian and as a professional in the field that you are in?
Yeah, well, definitely. I mean, if it is that the police do not use minimum use of force, this can go to court if persons were affected, damaged, and that is my point. If it is that you are affected and you did nothing wrong, you are an innocent bystander, and based on a decision made by, it's, for example, if police they shoot at someone, and you are not aware that there are innocent citizens in the back of those individuals, and you fire that individual who's probably a criminal, and you miss and you hit someone else, the state has to pay the price because of your poor decision to fire shots at a criminal when innocent citizens were around. So this is no different. If you decide to use CS gas in a situation where innocent citizens, innocent bystanders would be around, and they get damaged. If a child was in that, now people do not know the effects of CS gas. When it is you get it, the first thing you do is to escape. You close your eyes and you run blindly. This could have led to children running across onto that savannah and be killed. So how could you justify putting use of force like that could have killed persons? And then you have, and again, you see, let me tell you something. It's when it comes to politics, people make decisions based on the politics. The individuals who are saying it was the police did the right thing, had PNM been in opposition and this was done, they would have had a different tune. And you say you cannot make decisions based on politics. You have to make decisions if it is right or wrong. And I can tell you based on my training, qualification, and experience dealing with crowd control, that is not how we use tear gas in a crowd.
Wow. Some people are saying that, well, many Canadians call from outside say that it made world news and that in Canada, the National Security Minister of Canada condemned what went on. They said that is a use of excess force. What are your thoughts on the image of Trinidad and Tobago after it left us such a good image? The police service image was building so fast, especially the crime situation in Trinidad and Tobago and where it is today. You go ahead, Mr. Griffith.
My biggest disappointment is, as Commissioner of Police, I did not do enough training to make sure that senior officers understood. And this is one person, the acting Commissioner of Police. He said that this was warranted. Every single person who is properly trained in understanding crowd control, they are laughing at this country to hear the head of the police service saying it is warranted to put tear gas on citizens, children, media persons, and an environment like that. It shows, again, this is a paramilitary type of training you're speaking about. So there's not so much policing, because once you start getting into riots and tear gas and so forth, it is a different type of training. The officers on the ground, they were not to be blamed. They did well. So this is not to criticize any police officer who conducted their duty. They were working to instruction. So let us not criticize, because I can tell you, I could send a video to show the type of training the GB, the IATF they did constantly in preparation for any natural man-made disaster or major riot by persons based on confrontation. That is the reason why you have this training. So of those guys in those units, they are the best in the world, I can tell you that. But if they have to work the instructions that they're given a directive, use the tear gas, then they will do it. So they are not to be blamed. It is based on a decision-making process by one individual. Why this never took place when I was there with Black Lives Matter, the candlelight vigil, when they had the general elections, and UNC and PNM persons were dancing, singing. You have to analyze a situation. You can't go into confrontation mood to start putting tear gas and rubber bullets on citizens and then say, well, they were breaking the law, so it was warranted. Any police officer who says that, it means they are totally lost in understanding the drills for crowd control and dealing with riots.
Wow. Wow. So again, Trinidad and Tobago, in no way, as Mr. Griffith said that, we are not blaming the police officers in no way. They are professionals. You could see too while being there that they didn't say want to do it. They was just working by instructions. And you heard the head of the police service now said that the tear gas was warranted. So hats off to you, the hard-working, best in the world police officers, well trained under the former Commissioner Gary Griffith. You all are professionals. The people of Trinidad and Tobago love you, and no way we are against you, and we understand and know that you all were working by instructions. Right. Well, look, one of the people...
Let me add quickly. And what it did, the last thing a country wants is for there to be the perception that the government, that the police service can be influenced by external agencies. When I became Commissioner of Police, public trust and confidence was 14%. I got it up to 44% because I insisted and showed that the police service will be independent and we will not be controlled by anyone. If it is, we have situations where you saw blatant situations where massive crowds pile up for a funeral of Abu Bakr, or the Beatam situation, or the political rallies in Tobago on both sides. And you did nothing, and you did not use that type of force. But then when it comes to a situation of a protest against the government, you use tear gas and say it was warranted. It can give the perception that there is deliberate external influence directed at the police, and that is a dangerous precedent. So we need to be very careful of anyone who is trying to influence or direct the police service. They are out of place, and and any senior officer who is taking these instructions must know better, because what you're doing is not helping the police service. It's not even helping yourself. And that is why I was fiercely independent as a leader, to let everyone know that I am not going to be intimidated or be directed by anyone. So any decision I made would be within the law and the best interest of the country.
Wow, so my colleague Lennox Smith, who is not with us for the week, because I never know the tear gas is have a kind of hard thing. It hit him, and it damaged him, and plus he get the tear gas. What is that iron thing? It's about iron kind of, is it? Could that iron thing when shoot out, could it damage people?
Well, you know, everyone has different situation. If you have complication with your lungs, right, it is just like pepper spray. Pepper spray is non-lethal. But again, if persons they have been isolated, it's situations where persons can be affected because they may have medical situations. And that is why I said all of these things have to be very careful. I will send the video to show how it is that tear gas works and crowd control. This is only when it is persons are making, they are confronting the police and they are coming after them and attacking them. You do not go and rush in. Now, what can happen in a situation like that is if there's a massive crowd and persons are breaking the law, the police can pull in the leaders, speak to them, direct them, and that could cause those leaders now to speak to the rest of the crowd. Say, listen, you all need to disperse, you all need to spread out. Communication, dialogue, that is what the police service is for, not to cause confrontation, but to minimize it.
Wow. Well, boy, Lennox Smith, you're damaged, you know what you have to do. And right, on the situation now of a government station banning you from being able to talk, let the people of Trinidad and Tobago know what's that with TTT. What is the situation with that? At the end of the day, that the people...
we are wondering if it's just TTT, because today I was on TV6 and Flow, they said there's some connectivity. Flow did, it froze when I was now explaining the concerns of possible creeping dictatorship because of our flawed constitution. And it was very interesting that whilst I was on TV6, it just froze. And that was based on not TV6 because it was still being streamed live, but Flow. And then the same Flow, a person said, well, that's coincidental. 3 days before, I was on the morning, I was on CLC3, and the same thing happened again, where it froze just with Gary Griffith being interviewed. And then with TTT, the TTT management wanted me on board because I was the person that would have been the best capability to explain the problems with the merit list. And then on 2 occasions, persons senior to persons in TTT directed them to ensure that I am not there. So taxpayers are now paying money to maintain a state-owned media house that is being directed by the government, not to have anyone make any statement that can affect the image of the government. So now, granted that TTT, only about 10 people watch TTT. It's so much every day. But the fact of the matter is that it shows again how it is that the government could have taxpayers pay for a state-owned station and direct them not to have anyone say anything that can make us look bad. That again shows signs of what you call creeping dictatorship. It goes right back to this PSC situation. When Stuart Young, as the acting AG, decides to deliberately write a legal notice to cancel the merit list because they didn't like the pacing. And that again shows how our constitution is abused. And that is what you call democracy by dictatorship. And it is a very dangerous time in this country. And again, so if it is that the government or anyone is using flow or whatever to deliberately freeze whatever it is that I am on, or to get the state-owned media station not to speak, not to hear my voice, the country is hearing my voice. So all that they're doing is exposing the fact of fear that they do not want the truth to come out.
All right. Earlier in the people push the people pray and walk. Right, all of the media put it down as march and this, because we know to protest you have to have permission, to march you have to have permission, but to have an open public place prayer and all those different things, that was going very good under Superintendent Kisulal and a nice lady in a khaki. Everything was going really, really good. He did stated that we can't use the mic, although we have the mic, so you will be able to correct that for us. Although we have the mic, the mic is registered with the Transport Commissioner for promotion purposes and all those different things.
Correct.
Yeah. He mentioned that under this section we cannot address a crowd with the mic and all those different things. He said we will be able to, like, for instance, use the mic to base, like we say we want to play the national anthem, or we want to, a church person want to pray, or those different things. We can do such. He said that, hey, you all are doing good so far. Just keep the separation. My men are here. Anytime you all organize and not keep following the health protocols, you all will be in real, real trouble. I will have to do what I have to do. And Mr. Griffith, everything was going good. Everybody was spread out. It had the normal police day. If it is anybody thinking, even if it is when people telling people, keep your 6 feet apart. Keep your 6 feet apart. While people walking, things was normal. People make their lap, they everything. Rain start to fall. When the rain start to fall, many people, well, they done who make the one lap, that was it, start to leave. Others make a next lap. And coming back onto the second lap, rain done fall in. Many of the people dispersed, just as you say. And it just had a small, it had people will remain, like the vehicles park and all those different things. What the police was doing, the riot police now, people park up in their vehicle, only 1 person, 2 people, they think. People who say they come there just for the picnic as normal, on top of their vehicle, I see they do a fat man that, a man that. By themselves, separated, the police instruct the riot squad, and that is what caused the confrontation. The police, the riot squad, told people, leave. You have to leave the savannah, go home. So some people, it had people, that was lower down there with the tear gas and thing in, was separated, praying, clapping, singing, chanting, singing. And the Lord, and they're just singing, they separate the good. The police tell them, one police officer come to them in the riot squad, told them they have to break up that singing, where the gospel or whatever, not that they're not separated or whatever, and leave the savannah. It had a lady there just mentioned to the police officer, come there, no, we are not leaving. 1, we are separated. 2, it's our constitutional right, it's a public place, and we are singing and clapping, we ain't doing nothing wrong. And there's where the police tell them again, leave, you have to leave, we don't business about singing, well, in better words than that. You have to just leave. Yeah. And that is when they spread more, and then they start to say, hey, like, make steps like rugby players, and with the glass, and the people still stand up saying, no, it's we constitutional right. We're not leaving. We're not leaving. Because we ain't doing nothing wrong. Look, we 6 feet apart. Look, it's only a group of 10. We ain't doing nothing wrong. And they insist all vans, all people. When it had nobody, everybody done gone. It had less than 100 people there. It had plenty of other cars because the other people was around the savannah on the second lap. So could police just tell you, just leave, just go from the savannah, even if you're following the health protocols?
Yes, they can if they were instructed to do so. And that is my point. if it is that you had a serious concern about the crowd was 5 times more a couple hours before, and you did not do anything. You did not see anything. So when people were leaving and the majority of the crowd already left, there were a handful of persons left, then you decided to use tear gas. So how it could be warranted then, but you didn't see the value of doing it before when the crowd was larger. It can give the perception that somebody external to the police would have given a directive to do it. And I mean, obviously, if it is that Mr. Jacob is going to take the fall and accept responsibility, well, so be it. But better him than me. And it goes back with the same thing where 19 persons, over 500 persons were employed in the police service as civilians on contract, inclusive of his daughters. But the 19 persons alone who I contracted to improve the police service to deal with technology, rapid response, WhatsApp, online reporting, all of these things, they all fired. And then he feels by saying that, we're trying to cut costs, but still have to pay all the people all the money until their term would have ended. And those things can show that no police senior officer could be so naive or not trained to do that. It gives the perception that there's external directives being given to the police, and that is a dangerous concern because you do not want that to happen. The police service must stand firm, be fiercely independent, and not have any politician direct them in operational procedures. Because this situation, again, how could you be a senior police officer and you cannot be so untrained to say that you are seeing children, women, media, innocent bystanders. No one is confronting you. There are claims now that bottles were being thrown. Well, then show the video footage, because to start with, anytime they had situations like Black Lives Matter, Candlelight Vigil, whatever, I will have my communication team there with the cameras recording everything. So if at any time the police would have acted in any manner, I could defend it by showing what was done. So you can't just come aimlessly and say, well, these people started pelting bottles at the police. Well, then show the video footage. If you did not send your communication team for a matter of that magnitude, you have failed as well by putting the proper systems to ensure there's enough evidence and video footage to justify what transpired.
Nice. I want your thoughts on this. This has heavily to do with the National Security Minister by Senator Damian Lyda. Just want to listen to it maybe about 5 minutes, but we just want your take on what it is Senator Damian Lyda is saying at this point in time. Go ahead, Cuff.
Fitzgerald Hines, how irresponsible can you be? You, sir, are charged with the management of one of the most critical ministries in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, that of the Ministry of National Security. And myself and the rest of the nation have to wake up this morning to a post from your social media, which states, and I quote, and it starts, "The devious, hateful, lying, and racist UNC." This is a quote with pictures of you sitting down at your desk in the Ministry of National Security. Sir, when are you going to stop breeding all of this hatred, this racial rhetoric that continues and contributes towards dividing our nation? A nation where every creed and race is supposed to find an equal place, sir. When are you going to understand that there's a difference between a political platform and the running of a serious ministry such as the Ministry of National Security? You have been seen recently sitting down next to the Commissioner of Police and the Commissioner of Prisons and spewing PNM political agenda in their midst around persons who are supposed to be in an independent agency. When are you going to understand that your job as minister is not to promote a political party, but to secure the citizens of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, sir? As a businessman, crime is one of the most critical factors in our decision to invest in an economy. When we see our economy between 2015 under the PNM to 2020 decline by 16.3%, when we see foreign direct investment exit our shores by over $1 billion US, international investors and locals alike opting to invest elsewhere, many running to Guyana to invest, to take our foreign exchange out of the country. One of the most critical factors we take into consideration is that of crime, sir. And right now, sir, the crime situation, the economy, and the COVID pandemic has gone completely out of whack in this country under the governance of this PNM government. Before you came into office, Minister, in 2020, and under the leadership of Gary Griffith as Commissioner of Police, we saw a decline in murders by 150 in 2020. We saw the highest decline in serious crime, rapes decline, kidnapping, armed robbery. All of these things declined in 2020. Going into 2021, for the first 7 months, we saw 50 less murders in those 7 months versus the first 7 months of 2020. So under Gary Griffith, they were heading towards under 300 murders. Then you came into office, sir, and along with your government, oversaw one of the greatest constitutional crises this country has ever experienced, where we saw the collapse of the Police Service Commission, where we saw, for the first time in our history, the absence of a substantive commissioner of police or an active commissioner of police. No captain at the helm. We saw political interference into an independent process, sir. And since then, for the 5 months following that crisis, we saw more murders, the highest spike in our history. Seeing Trinidad and Tobago not ending under 300 murders, but ending just short of 450 murders. And for this year, January 2022, at the middle of January, we are already seeing the same amount of murders as January of last year. So you remove the Commissioner of Police. We understand that the infrastructure of national security is now crumbling. And you come here today to put political rhetoric and racial division? No, sir. The country does not need us to be divided now. The citizens of this nation need to come together, all creeds and races, all political affiliations, and we need to unite together. We need words of unity, sir, to help us fix this economy, to help us defeat this COVID pandemic, and to help us fix this crime surge that is riddling our nation. So instead of sitting at your desk and writing hate speech about the UNC, focus on your job. Stay awake at the wheel. Don't knock down another dog. Try to find some fuel for the over $600 million you spent on those 2 boats so that those 2 boats can operate, and stop with the porous borders. Try to repair or find some more helicopters so you no longer have only 1 or 2 helicopters operating with the Air Guard. And try to put some resource into the TTPS so they have the ability to secure our nation. Can you do that, sir?
Yes, sir.
Or are you too damn incompetent?
Former Commissioner Gary Griffith, well, everybody heard what Senator Leida have to say. What's your thoughts? Because what he's saying, connecting with me, it's connecting with everybody, it resonating. The man say, an independent institution and all. Work hard.
Yep.
You go ahead.
Okay,
go ahead.
Yeah, I'm on the road here, so my phone might die shortly. So, but let me just quickly add, everything that Senator Leida said, he is spot on. Never have I seen a security minister being so political. He politicizes every single thing. In meetings, everything is about the PNM. How you could be in a meeting in the police headquarters, flanked by the Commissioner of Police and the head of prisons, and have the audacity to speak about we are the PNM. The man has been totally lost. He puts all his focus on the politics, and that I think was the problem. The reason I had to go is that the Minister of National Security figured that my job is to tell you what to do, who to investigate, who to appoint to be in charge of interception of phones, and that was not Gary Griffith. So unfortunately, that is the way it is. But Minister Hines has become a major liability. In the last 5 months since I left, there have been the ratio now for murders is over 700 per annum. Before, when I was there, we were going at under 300. And then you have persons saying, well, crime is not going up. The gentleman, my phone is going to die now, so we'll talk another time.
All right, thank you very much. The Honorable former Commissioner of Police, Gary Griffith. Hey, there's a senator. I really like Damian like that, you know. That man is playing talk bad manners with he boy. And that's the pit bull. I like to identify myself with people who understands how people are. He's a man who understands how the pit bull is. I understand how he is. I understand how Gary is. Gary understands how I is. It other people within the political arena understand how the pit bull is. I understand how they is. And that is good. But that's some. If I is not a fanatic, Crapo smoke we pipe. The lines open, numbers to call. 2-3. I want to believe one of the reasons why they didn't like the ground report at all is because of me and my plain talk, bad manners, and my passion for who right, who wrong. Whether it's PNM, whether it's UNC, I'm a person. Whoever wrong, I say it wrong. Not because I'll say I support Kamala Prasad Bisesa any day, anytime over this dirty Rowley. But if the UNC and Kamala Prasad Bisesa wrong, the pit bull not putting water in his mouth to say the UNC wrong. And who want to vex with the pit bull, die all the business. And the same way, all it is clap the pit bull when the pit bull is saying the PNM is wrong. This one wrong, that one wrong. Hey, pit bull. Oh God, let me get my doggy bone there. That's a good pit bull. And when he say, hey, I find Munilal, or I find this one, or I find that one wrong in the UNC. That mash pit bull. That is a minchy pit bull. The belt in the pit bull. The beat in the pit bull. It's all kinds. They say the pit bull are flea. The pit bull is a traitor. The pit bull this. The pit bull that. And you know what? I don't give a damn. What I give a damn about is being me. Me come to be light. I come to do God's work. And it is be a joy serving people. Serving people is serving God. And I'm not straight. I said straight. I'm a straightforward person. Yes, between PNM and UNC, who I like UNC. Who I like the most in UNC, Kamala. Who else? Yes, if UNC do some wrong, people will say they do some wrong. Yes, he will. Yes, if UNC think if he will give them constructive criticism, yes, he will. No different to when only patting the pitbull back and high ears, tinging and the tail wagging when I saying Rowley's a dog and the PNM must go. So they must be balanced too. Right, let's go to the lines. Because it's not about UNC. UNC is a very good party compared to the PNM. Morning caller. All of the lines open there, and we only have about 6 minutes. Right, all heard the interview. All know they could sue. Lawyers, we want help. Lawyers, we want help. All we go get a peace. So we go have everybody that was affected come to all the various chambers now. And we go get all a 15%, 20% of we earns for suing the police commissioner. Morning caller.
Morning, calling to from London. I listened to the news last time, and this man lie on the people, right? On the people who come on it, and said I thought I attacked the police, right, Andy? I was there until he finished, but nobody never attacked the police. If he attacked the police, I was there until the end.
And they run you from your van until they tell you take your van.
We keep moving and we keep moving and we keep moving. Right? This man come on, I get real vexed and say the people attack the police, but these people need to watch international news like what going in Kazakhstan. If that small crowd you attack them riot police there, we'll hold them and take away the riot gear like where they do them police up there. They line on the people. And Gary Griffith will support you, but he's the best commissioner ever passed through this country, but it wasn't for no political party, it was for the people. And he will be commissioner again. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Oh boy, oh boy. Next caller, morning caller, where are you calling from?
Yes, good morning. Calling from Barrack Carrier. Good morning to the 104.7 family. Best station out. Lord Father Bill Gary Griffith is a God sent. And you Fitzgerald Hines. Get out. You don't need it there. You're putting this country and come out. 94.7. Oh God, 104.7. Sorry about that. I'm in a state this morning, Mr. Gary Griffith. God bless you. And they could run you here, they could run you there, but they can't run you from this station. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Oh boy, the lines are open. Morning caller, short and sweet. We're calling from Access Phrase. Pushback 3.
Pushback 3. We ain't care if we dead. I tell you, COVID have to kill somebody. It's better a bullet, police bullet kill we than COVID kill we. We are afraid. We're not afraid. This time we're going to be dread after telling all in because it's what's me. This is the government institute. We got to you're bound to vaccinate to go in government places. That ain't going to work. When you sign this thing, for this vaccine, they're making us sign a form the antibody that they not respond if you bend up your dead or whatever. And on top of that, they want to challenge you by firing you as a public servant too. No man, this nonsense I've done. This is not a we're not in Russia. Will never happen by. We go stand up again.
Thank you very much. Next caller, morning caller, where calling from? Oh boy, next caller, where calling from? Short and sweet.
Oh God, Andy. Andy, we cannot have another commissioner like Gary. Gary is the best. He is the best commissioner of police Trinidad and Tobago ever had. What we could do to get him back? He is the best. Gary, we love you. Come back on board. We want that.
Thank you very much. You know, some people now will say, because of the politics, like for instance, my UNC supporters will be like, Gary, we ain't going back because he's saying, Roy, I been a police commissioner of police, and I understand. I not supporting no PNM. I not supporting no UNC. I is an independent office. I ain't like no UNC, no PNM. Send me or tell me what to do. Or tell me lock up people or to span people. Or, is that not the right thing the man is saying? And that is what Coffee mean by he don't like fanatics. A fanatic now go say, no, well, he's supposed to allow UNC because I support the UNC. And the next PNM fanatic will be, he should leave the PNM because I support the PNM. No! That office is supposed to be independent. Go ahead, Cough. Damian Lider again. I like this man. He's one person in UNC understands the pit bull.
I come in the catchy tea. I come in the
but Senator, listen to this, right? Andy wasn't scheduled to be on the program, you know. So we were just going along in the program, and somebody in the chat say, "Oh, you call Andy Williams?" And as I tell you, I have UNC friends. I have UNC friends. So I call up Andy, and Andy come on the program just so it wasn't something scheduled. You understand? So you cannot bite into your time, but we're gonna give you as much time as possible.
And let me say something, right? I'm glad Andy came on, right? Because Andy's a passionate person. And I know he puts Trinidad and Tobago first. He lie when he tell you, if anybody do nonsense, they gotta come out, whether it's PNM and UNC, right? And that's my same thing. It's always gotta be Trinidad and Tobago first, right? So I support Andy when he says that, right? But when you hear Venom and you hear the power in Andy's voice, that is something that is starting to resonate throughout the entire population of Trinidad and Tobago now, because it is clear that people in Trinidad and Tobago are becoming fed up of the environment that we exist in. And that is why for somebody like Andy to come on there, he don't necessarily have to plot and plan. He just have to say how he feeling and what he's seeing going on in Trinidad. Because unless you see what's going on in Trinidad, you wearing blinkers like a horse running a race. That's what you're doing. So I just want to recognize Andy for his passionate contribution, and I didn't hear the entire script that he came with, but I saw the tail end and it was very passionate. And all I say to Andy is keep on fighting for Trinidad and Tobago. Enough respect. So how are you all going this evening?
So for all my UNC brothers and sisters, please understand. Read between the lines. Don't attack the pitbull if the pitbull just what he writing for Trinidad and Tobago. Don't matter what party you support. It is what it is. Right? Love you all. Robert Amar, right? Trinidad and Tobago. Coming up next. Chairman of the organizing committee of the Pushback movement, Robert Amar, an ex-member of the organizing committee, Ruby Gem, Sense and Sensibility, The number one program after the Ground Report in the morning. Don't switch your dial at all. Just download the app. Or go to realmediatt.com. When you go there, yes, the website have a live stream on it too. Thanks to Cuff, Director Cuff. After God family comes first. Be safe on the roads. We have a meeting today with the steering committee. Tomorrow, please God, by then we'll be able to tell you all where pushback will be. But we must consult with the steering committee first. Raul and everybody, and let them know. The Pitbull, Director Cuff, Mikey K, Lennox Smith, 104.7 more FM. No, they're not out there. Robert and them are up next. But we in studio, at this point in time, we are out of here. Love you guys. Love Trinidad and Tobago.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Disclaimer. More FM Limited, its owners and associates, accepts no responsibility for statements made by the talk show hosts or their guests. More FM Limited does not endorse any of the information provided during this commercially booked segment as the truth. That you have to judge for yourself. We, however, reserve the right to question statements made. But in this time of misinformation, government-controlled media, and corruption, it is sometimes hard to get the truth. But we must try. It is not our intention to discriminate or annoy anyone. We believe it is our constitutional right to free speech, to voice our opinion, and our duty to the population and country to expose the truth. More FM Limited takes no responsibility for the opinions of others.